There you go. We're doing it this time.
Fresh.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the We Speak English Good podcast. On today's discussion panel, we got niece, nephew, Tori T. My name is Caleb MCI. Today's special guest is the band Outside Ourselves. Without further ado, your host with the most from the West Coast, Mike Bird.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, you guys. Every week, you guys are just so. Thank you so much. Wow.
Fresh.
How you doing, folks? Welcome back to another episode of We Speak English Good.
Was that a rhetorical question? How you doing, folks?
No, it was just a fucking regular ass fucking.
Regular
How you
ass.
doing?
You
Why
good
didn't
or
you
you
let
not?
us-
People listening.
Why didn't you let us answer then?
No, I was asking the
That
general
shit was kind
public.
of quick, though.
It was very quick.
You're like, how you guys doing? Anyways, you ain't
So
shit.
it must have been rhetorical. Drop the bomb. It starts, Mike. Sorry.
We'll get to that in a second.
We'll get to that in a second.
Today on the podcast, we have Outside Ourselves. We have Jordan and Mo, who are going to be up here very shortly. Thank you, DJs. Okay. So I just want to address something because our good friend and loyal companion, Tori T, was
Companion.
a-
Yes. I am your companion.
he was a bit perturbed.
Companion, like I'm a freaking animal or something. Like I'm a dog.
I was thinking
Loyal
more of like a
companion.
lover.
Ooh. Okay. Sorry. But I like that.
Fucking stupid. Sorry. No, last time when we had Danny Dread on, Tori, you didn't know the rules or how this
I
works
didn't
that was your
know.
first time. Plus, you didn't confirm that you were gonna come. You just sort of
I didn't
showed
confirm.
up.
I
Confirm
just showed
that.
it.
You gotta
Showed
confirm.
up.
Dare you.
And you
Oh
showed
my
No,
God!
I'm
It is
fucking
not
with
about
you.
confirming at
It
all.
is.
Well,
that's
it
why
is.
you know.
Not
That's why you got
confirming.
out the seat.
There's only
It
6
was
mics.
about-
There was like
ab-
10 people
It
here.
was about the way you did it, Michael.
No.
Okay, you
I-
did it
I
like
did.
you were
Do it.
bad.
Wait, let
You were bad, yes.
So
Do the
let's
impression.
let
Do
me
the
do the
impression.
paint the
right?
fucking picture here.
Okay,
into the mic, Tori. Into the mic.
So we're going to reenact this whole thing, right?
All right.
So here's how it went. Mike tells this story about, or he does this commercial. It's a pretty funny commercial. It's a commercial like
No one laughed and everyone thought
no
it was
one
awkward.
laughed. No, because the way you read it, you were like reading like you were reading from a book to like understand what you were reading, like to obtain the knowledge.
Oh, see, this is good feedback.
You know, but not like
Positive.
no positive. Right?
Positive feedback.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
thank
sorry.
you.
But the way that you were reading, it wasn't like hitting us. Maybe you should have said it like in a joking way to hit some zingers or something like
It's
that.
not meant to be. That's our sponsor.
Oh, okay, so
It's
it was just
Suicide
like
Netting. It's what's the name of the company? Life Bounces.
So maybe it's like dry humor, and I didn't get it.
Life. I'm sorry to Life Bounces.
All right. So and then
Okay,
It's a
but
suicide netting
anyways,
company. Okay, this is
anyways-
serious shit here.
Okay, excuse-moi.
Saving one life at a time.
Exactly.
What you say, nephew? What's that? You've been saying it all day.
One band,
One
one
sound.
sound.
One band, one sound. So we're gonna establish that first, right?
Okay, I needed that.
Okay.
Go ahead. I want to hear it,
Continuing on.
please.
So, I asked you a question,
Uh,
and I said, Michael. I actually said Berg.
Actually, he has a new name. We found
What-
out it's
what is it?
Bergstein.
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 No.
Bergstein?
It's
No,
Berg,
that's not
man.
the word.
It's Bergstein.
Bernstein Bears.
Yeah. Oh.
Mike, I'm not going to get on you like that. I mean, I'm not going to
no,
say.
just don't make fun of
All
my.
All right. So what happened? What happened?
So, here's what happened.
My condition. I don't like you making fun of my
Michael, right?
Tori.
He says, I say, Mike, is that supposed to be funny? And he looks at me. and he drops the bomb. Boom. It says, "Get your ass up." Next up, we have this guy right here. I was like, "What the hell?"
Okay.
That's so disrespectful.
And then
It
you
was
called us
funny.
weird.
And then I called, because
Yeah.
what else am I supposed to call you guys after
That's
that?
true.
After you
Like-
just get ejected
Exactly,
from a
from the
podcast.
freaking pilot.
But you got to take into consideration he's trying to control a podcast.
I understand.
So it has to
that.
be really curt, like, yo, we got someone coming
Hey,
on. You need to get the
I
fuck up out.
understand that, but it doesn't have
We
to
don't
be
have, we don't
that
have time to
rude.
get on our knees and be like,
I'm
"Yo,
not
please,
saying you have
Tori,
to get
can
on
you,
your knees, and this is
fuck outta
this is
here."
where the real conversation comes in. I didn't say that we had to get on our knees.
You know what would have distinguished that? If you confirm the seat.
No, confirming
Yes,
the
it
seat
would. Yes, it
has
would.
nothing to do
See,
with
because
your
you
ethics.
had a pause. You had a
What
pause.
does confirming
trying
the
to
seat
wait.
have to do with ethical
Because
behavior?
you could have stayed in a seat that's confirmed for you. You would never have to get up.
True, like I'm sitting here now.
Right. 'cause
Exactly.
you-
That's
'cause
your
you
seat for
confirmed
tonight.
yesterday.
The whole night.
Yeah, nobody
But
could take it.
the way that whole transaction
Occurred.
occurred, I was gonna say transpired.
Transaction transpired. I got
You
it.
feel me?
Transsexual.
Thank you.
Well,
Drop the
Yeah.
bomb on that though. You have to drop the bomb on that. Hit the bomb. Fuck Flex.
Thanks,
thank you,
Flex.
Flex. We thank Flex. He did that for us.
But so, and that was my whole, bitch moment afterwards.
And you left, right?
Yeah, I had to
did
call
like-
you guys weird because I didn't know what to say. I was like, oh, I just got did in. That's
I got
funny
did.
as shit if it's for someone else, but the joke was on me, so I got butthurt. And that's all it was.
Oh.
But that shit's hella funny, though, because I would have laughed hard at me if that was like, oh, you trying to be funny, then they kicked you out the seat.
Okay.
But so that's why my feelings were like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
all. But it's good that we can talk about it.
Of
and-
course, of
you
course. Communication is so important in
Yeah.
bands or in relationships in general. Which being in a band is like having several fucking girlfriends. So it's
It is. It
it's
is.
good to It's good to communicate and keep the lines open, and not feel like you want to murder someone.
Yeah.
Silently.
You want to choke
wanting
them like
to-
chloroform or some shit.
Exactly. Um,
Sorry, you guys. We just like totally.
no,
took
no,
you
no,
guys
no.
out.
This I wanted to address this.
I was-
even
I was
though
here, I
it's-
seen
and
what
it's-
happened.
And it's
Tori.
better.
Address Tori. Address Tori.
Then Caleb's like, your best friend over here.
That's
Oh.
right. Yeah.
Hey.
Best friend.
Ooh.
I should slap
Okay.
your poofy off.
Koofy off. Shout out to Cameron.
Shout out to camera.
I'm sorry, that was really obnoxious. Okay,
All right, this-
sorry, you finished?
see,
No,
you see how you do
I
it?
will see you. Bye.
Exactly what you were talking about. Damn.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. Have a good day.
Hella rude.
No, but that's cool.
No. Are you done? Are you done? You're done?
What am I
Okay.
supposed to say to that? Yeah.
Hey, okay, so
I guess
so
so.
niece and nephew, y'all live with this gentleman right here, right? Is he
You're the
like
wrong
very
person.
curt like that in
Yeah.
the household?
Yeah, he's cut
Like
and
get
dry.
me chips.
No, he doesn't eat chips.
Oh, it's really fucking.
But he's like,
You don't get
do your
dad
dishes.
bod.
Yeah.
But you guys, are you so used to it that you don't even take it in any spiteful way, like in any disrespect? You're just like, all right, that's just what he
That's
wants.
just bird.
I don't know.
I mean-
Mike.
Sometimes he like, I don't know. It's weird. Sometimes I'll take it to heart, and other times he'll be like, fuck it, whatever. He's an ass. He's a dick. He's always gonna be a dick, but
That's my name.
it's his name.
Richard John. Dick Toilet.
Dick toilet.
How are you? Do you take any offense to that when he's like,
I mean, sometimes because I'm not used to it. Like, he's not my uncle, so it's not like I've never really been
I'm
spoken
not
to
your
like
uncle
that.
either, but you guys are definitely a part
So,
of
like-
the family now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, get it. No. This is good. This is gonna help our relationship. As
And now we're gonna
roommates.
get kicked out next week. So keep talking. Go
I
ahead.
know, right?
Go ahead.
Like,
Keep talking.
Go deeper.
I love
So
you,
maybe-
Michael. I love you. It's okay.
I clean.
I could no. First of all, let me apologize for just doing what I just did, because a lot of times that's just how I come across, and I know it's fucking terrible. But I
See,
just
my
fucking-
thing is,
I'm
you
just-
don't have to apologize to me. I
But
just
want
wanted to address it.
But I want
And the
to.
way we like worked it out, like, is a dope way to address it. Because look, we could use it for the podcast show.
Well,
And
yeah,
we can talk about
this
it
is
because
definitely
we don't
fodder.
care about like you know
I know,
feelings
but
like that. and
yeah,
all that
but
shit,
like,
so we
but
can-
you still held it with you for however long.
just
you
like
did.
a day and a half. I mean, that's not that
It was all
long.
consuming for
That's
about a
not
day and a
that
half.
long. No, that like
Thinking
shit.
about it for a day and a half.
It's
No,
like,
not
there's a
really,
couple
but
dents in my wall.
I thought about it like
I kicked a hole,
you know
and,
every so often.
and then
you
you just be
know,
like, motherfucker.
Probably every 6 hours.
How does your anger come about? Like you're taking medication every 6 hours.
every
and
6 hours? I thought
would
about it.
fucking having a
Yeah,
crazy
if I
one
were
urge to
give
kill.
it an average, you know what I'm saying?
I have
Like
that
average
problem too,
time.
though. I have that problem too, where I'll just keep coming back and looping on something,
But it
and
wasn't
it'll
like
drive
I
me
was,
fucking nuts.
and you know what's funny and cool and really cool about like it happened, but I wasn't like like each time it happened, I was like, oh, they got me. Oh, they got me.
But it wasn't
And then
even
I
supposed to
started
be-
laughing gradually, you
Well,
know.
that's good. I mean, I'm
as
glad you're
every time
able
I thought
to
about it every 6 hours.
Or so.
just murdering
The fucking
half of my band
Yeah.
every 4 to 6 hours as needed.
Man, the 24th hour, I was laughing my ass off, you know.
The 24th hour.
After 6 hours.
Well, I want to apologize for that, and I also want to apologize for doing it in that manner. Although it did make for good fucking podcasting because that's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's
And,
what I
like,
was saying.
And you were just, and the way I took what you said to me, because you were like, was that supposed to be a joke? I took it as like that wasn't funny. And then so like in my head, I'm like, oh, this dude's got jokes.
Oh.
Get the fuck out.
I was really honestly asking.
You were asking a question because
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
to I have to remember that like you can be very literal sometimes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm that
Why
person
not?
who talks in like half code and half fucking like.
I mean, I can do that
asshole.
also.
I know,
if
we do
you
all the
would like.
time.
Yeah, we do all the time.
we have our like anybody who's ever hung out with the Concrete Project in like a circle form or like they're just barraged with inside jokes constantly. It's just
Constantly.
constantly us saying shit and we're laughing our asses off while everyone else stares and looks confused.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's just band camaraderie. As for
all
you
it is.
guys, I'm just who I am, and my space is fucking our space. I should say our space is very closed in, and it's just fucking. I think I've gotten better. No, yeah, a little bit.
I mean, we've distanced ourselves. Like, we try to stay out of each other's way more. I noticed, like, since it's the, 4 or 5 of us.
Yeah, there's 5 of
There's
us.
5 people, so, I mean, I know I like to stay out the house, like, just to give each couple space.
Yeah, that's nice. And I know
it's
that I'm
nice.
fucking. I never leave because I'm a fucking shut in. Fucking, but. Well, I'm sorry if I offend you. Sometimes I think I talk direct, and I think that's taken the wrong
Yeah.
way.
It's like a shot
Because
through
I
the
don't
heart.
I don't like sitting there and fucking be like, oh,
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
wanna,
yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I'm the
I'd
same
rather.
way.
And I think that sometimes people aren't really built for that. People are built for just like, and there is a fine line between honesty and asshole. Like you can be an honest person and speak your mind, but you could do it with a little tact. Me, on the other hand, I'm always like a half fucking tick away from just like angry meltdowns. So I'm fucking. So I just try to be honest, and I'm very direct. And if you catch me at the wrong time, there's gonna be a tinge of asshole. So, I apologize.
Tinge of
for-
asshole. New band name. Wow. Got him.
Hit the bomb. Turn the bomb on.
I didn't get an apology though everyone got one.
Caleb,
I want
you
one
know
for
what?
something.
And I'm sorry.
Everyone got one.
I'm sorry that
You were born so small. and
Sorry that
Asian
you're
and
petite.
supple.
supple petite young man.
Did we
you got
ever
a
figure
loud
out-
mic, Caleb, so that's enough.
Huh?
You got a loud mic.
I gotta compensate. Small guy, man. You think I drive a motorcycle
Well, there you go.
coming up in a Fiat?
There's your sorry.
Did we ever figure out what 20 on 10 means?
Yeah, it meant.
Oh, yeah.
What was the
doing
final?
Too much, right?
That was
yeah,
the, that was the
like
final
saying
of
too
it.
much. So what I just did, that's like putting 20 on 10.
Who came
Yeah.
up with the who with that slang term, or who brought it up?
I
You?
did.
Tori.
I
Like you
did,
doing?
yeah.
Right
you
before-
saying you're
right before
doing
he got
20 on
booted
10,
out.
Or you going?
You're putting 20 on
You're
10.
putting 20 on 10. So you
or,
just
or putting 20 on 10.
You're just
you
doing
don't
too
have to
much.
say you're. You can say I.
Okay,
You're.
doing
You know,
too
it's doing too much. Yeah.
All right.
That's
That's all
good.
it is.
That's good slang.
That is.
Yeah, you guys never heard? That's old slang.
I still like
dude.
Wasi.
That's
Wasi.
old.
Wasi's still my
Wasi,
favorite.
bro.
What is Wasi?
Wasi?
That's that
Wasi,
reggae shit,
big
man.
bro,
Big,
Big.
I
jumbo.
don't know.
grande.
You
Oh my
you
God.
left. You didn't hear the conversation. You
Oh,
stormed out.
that shit was tight. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I did.
You built for it. Goddamn it.
I have one more thing I wanted to go across. I was listening to. Has anybody heard of Duncan Trussell? He's a stand-up
Man?
comedian. No, he's a new band name. It's the podcast is called Duncan Trussell's Family Hour. It's a podcast. He's a stand-up comedian, but he talks a lot about like taking mushrooms and tripping out, doing psychedelics and stuff. And on the podcast, he had an artist named Alex Gray. Is anyone familiar with Alex Gray?
No.
Fucking badass. He's like he does like psychedelic paintings. He does like human anatomy paintings, but with like eyeballs, like fucking, just like fucking crazy kaleidoscope, fucking tripped out shit. He's a really popular artist, but he somebody in the audience asked, or I think he asked, Duncan Trussell asked him, and I thought that was a good question. He asked them because Alex Gray is a practicing Buddhist. I don't know if he's a practicing Buddhist. I think I'm speaking out of turn, but he practices some of the things, and he asked if how do you pray, and that was just a general question. And Alex Gray isn't really a god, like a god guy, like the white Christian God that America believes in. What he was saying is the way he prays, and which I thought was a great way to say it because I'm not really a god guy either. Is when he paints, his way of prayer is paint. So it's not actually, getting on your knees and praying to white Jesus. It's he's channeling whatever he believes to be God through him, and that's his prayer. So my question was like, I mean, on a literal level or on however level, like, how do you guys like pray?
You want to take it around the room?
I mean, I know you
Yeah.
guys are like
Take it
straight up
around.
Catholics, so fucking, I'm sure. Like, go ahead though. I mean, I want to hear what you got to say.
I mean, I do it when I'm laying in bed before sleep. I
Nice.
guess I just be like, hey,
Hey God, hey.
hey,
Hey, it's
I
your
wanna
buddy
pray
Katie.
for
It's me.
my family,
Hey, God.
Marcus's family, like all my friends and family. I just want to make sure that they're staying healthy. I mean, there's my bedtime prayer. Like
You don't do like the formal from the Bible prayer.
no, I don't do any like scriptures or readings or nothing. I just say, hey, keep watching over my friends and family and keep them safe.
That's pretty cool.
Marcus, how do you play to Satan?
How do I play to
said
Satan?
play to Satan.
How do you play to Satan?
Yeah.
Well, first you gotta
Touch your
get the
wiener and
internet.
Satan.
I don't pray. I don't really think about that. Like, I'm Catholic, but I don't think about that. I mean,
Is there like another way that you express yourself that might be a way to interpret as prayer?
no.
The fuck do you do, man?
I
You
watch
do anything?
I work and watch movies all day.
That's true.
Is
that
He's
part
done
of your
that for the
prayer?
last
True.
3
And
years.
It's so sad.
He moved to California. He moved to California at 18 right out of high school just to fucking sit in his room and watch TV and work at Taco Bell.
I know.
Hey,
I was
not
like,
too bad for a
yeah.
young guy.
But you know what?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm going to give him that. I'm going to give him, he came all the way to California on his own merit, and he's been
Exactly.
supporting himself, paying rent on time. So, I
You
mean, I'm
could
not
just grow
taking that
from
way.
there, you know?
I'm not taking it that way. It's just, fuck, you're in a room, and there's, like, the sun and the beach and, like, stuff. Whatever, it's fine. Tori, I know I know that you're a spiritual guy. How do you see yourself? How do you see yourself as
Well,
praying, or how do you pray?
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
No.
I was thinking about the question. Who is that you said prays as he paints?
Alex Gray.
Oh, Alex Gray.
Alex
He's an
Gray.
artist. He's an artist.
You're pretty
Awesome.
smart, dude.
I know. I was like, I don't remember. What's his name?
That's pretty
You're
smart.
just listening.
Alex Gray.
Alex Gray.
So, Alex Gray, I would have to say that Alex Gray has the right idea or the next idea about trying to reach out to God or to channel something in itself that's greater than itself.
Right.
to-
I think
to,
that
to output like a better product or whatever that he's doing. I don't know if that's what he was doing it for.
I think that's what he's alluding
but-
to is that he channels his inner God is what he called it, and
yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
and fucking
that's-
that's sort of like how he
and
pays
you know
homage
what?
to that.
That could be like some next level ideology or like could even turn into a religion.
Well, he
possibly.
he's starting his
If
own
someone-
church up in New York.
Like,
not
and
New
I
York
didn't,
City.
and I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
Right?
he's starting a
So-
temple, an art temple actually, and it's like a
You feel
crazy.
me?
Like he did all the art. I mean, it's fucking nuts. You should look at some of
Yeah.
the shit. It's fucking awesome shit. Like Tool. You guys heard Tool, right?
Band?
Yeah.
Oh.
Their album.
No, like a
Animal-
hammer, screwdriver,
Yeah.
all that.
No, tools. You know.
Give him the.
Yeah, I bet he's on to some like
Well,
to
he-
some next
He's
level
definitely
shit.
fucking out there, man.
You know, Einstein said that the religion of the future would include science and history. So, like, I believe, like, Scientology, they're probably trying to figure out a way to get closer to God. I believe, like, every religion from back in the African and Egyptian days up to Judaism, Christianity, and so
Islam.
forth, right? Like,
The
I
big
believe-
three.
the big three, but then even because
Right, even
there's
before
more,
that,
like
yeah.
because of Scientology and things like that, like everyone's just trying to get closer to our spirituality,
Right.
like except if you're atheist, you know, which is cool. You
Mhm.
can believe in the God in yourself or the God or many gods or whatever else, but I believe everyone is trying to make it work, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
I think that's the idea of religion.
trying to
is
get closer.
get closer to whatever
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
that is God.
because
you know,
we're
whatever
humans and we're afraid of death. We're a
of
bunch
course
of bitches.
we don't know. What
All of us are.
it's
We're
completely
not
true. It's
like the
very
animals,
accurate.
dude. Animals are just animals, but that's
Right.
why, you know.
They're just worried about how they're gonna eat next. They're
Yeah.
probably not even worried about that. That's most of the time. They're probably just like tired, hungry.
Imagine
Chill.
if we were like that, like as human beings.
Some people are.
So, yeah,
and then
there's-
and
yeah.
then
Some
and
people
then like we would all eventually go to heaven. Please don't kill me, CCC or whoever you are. But imagine we all go to heaven, right? Like, but so we just live like that. I know throughout the years we became fucking. What is the
Jaded.
word? No, not jaded.
Unpure.
Cultured.
Evil.
Cultured. We became cultured as a human race, right?
We're kind
But-
of growing away from that whole thing.
Yeah, but imagine if we just went back to that whole thing and like what happens. I know you
Like
some-
caveman? Like
kind of,
Cavemen
or
kinda
just
thought like
yeah,
that.
or like indigenous people,
Oh, I see.
Right?
Living like animalistically, just
like
sorta
you know what's
compared to
perfect
whatever we're used to, right?
for that? Avatar.
Avatar.
Watch Avatar. It's real.
All the answers are in
Get
Avatar.
into it right now.
So how
Check
do you
this
pray then? How do you see yourself as praying?
I just gave you a beautiful answer. You
That was,
asked
but
me
it kind of
That-
was like
yeah.
it
Yeah,
kinda
you didn't-
answer
you
the
didn't
You
question.
didn't. You went
directly,
around.
like, I
You
thought-
answered like a politician does.
yeah, for real.
And by the time you're
Well, why
done
didn't you
talking,
take
you're
it?
just confused.
You know, it is what it is.
You
You
make
know,
great points.
at the end of the day, it is what it is. The most cop out phrase in the world.
I didn't know why you didn't take
So
that.
do you guys? So would you say you pray through your raps and your lyrics, or
Yeah, I was just reading this this fucking interview I did with this magazine. No pun intended. Pacific San Diego magazine. Go pick it up if you want. It's 2000.
Holla at your boy.
I'll let you. I'm joking. Nobody cares.
Aw.
Nobody cares about that.
Somebody cares.
But so, anyways, yeah, like I freaking pray through my raps, or I pray regularly. Like I've gone to church like my whole life, basically, until I got into the military and started to wild out a little bit. But developed and learned, right, about like my own, like how God is viewed in so many different ways. Like it's not even funny. So it shaped my spirituality and who I am and how I view God and how I pray. So I pray many different ways.
That's a good answer. See, now you answered the question.
Yeah. Bad boy.
Bad boy for life.
Uh-uh.
How about you, Caleb?
Me, I pretty much do it like Nice, but to no type of denomination, like the Son of God, Jesus,
It's
or
just like,
Allah
oh
or anything.
man.
Well, I was raised in a variety of religions. Just my mom grew up as a single woman. She dated a lot of people, so we usually took on the religions based on who she was dating at the time and from where my family came from. So, which is
sorry.
me, my family.
It's not
No,
funny.
okay.
It's not funny though.
It is. You gotta take it, lightheartedly. But I was raised as a Catholic, but not anything super hardcore. My grandmother was a Catholic because she came from the Philippines, which is the biggest religion out there. So by default, my mom was a Catholic, but she's very much an open-minded person. She dated guys that were Muslim, like straight Black Power. Not even from the Quran Muslim, like just straight I hate white people Muslim. Like
All white
Like-
people must die.
Dude, we used to go to a church in
Black
Oakland
Panthers.
in back of a bakery, and right at the pedestal where he talks at was a picture
A
of
bean pie.
Farrakhan.
Oh.
And that was during like the Rodney King era where
Ooh.
everything was just like, Black
fire.
Power and hate
Kinda
white
like
people
what's
and all
happening
that
right
shit,
now.
So I came from that, and then she dated the same gentleman who was into that at the time, but he would visit his family, and they were in St. Louis, and they were like Baptists. So you'd have, Christianity, Catholicism, and Islam in a way. But when I grew older, I kind of studied these religions myself because I had, on your same accord, you have to go on your own accord
Right.
and study these religions yourself because it could come at you as a child. You don't really have choices what churches you go to or what people are telling you from whatever books they're reading.
You just
from.
sort of believe whatever they tell you.
So
You're a
I
kid.
mean, I came to the conclusion that everyone's praying. This is me myself to a probably a singular God. It's just that you take different prophets. There's different prophets in every book, and we're praying to one singular God. So when I pray, I just kind of talk to a God if he's just a being.
The universal hive mind.
Yeah,
of-
just God in general. And I just talk to him
spiritual
whenever I feel it's like
consciousness.
necessary, whether I'm driving a car, taking a shower. Right now, if I need to go to the corner, I just speak to him like, please bless me and my family. It usually comes when I know I'm doing something wrong. But, that's the way God is, a positive light. So when you're going into the darkness, I think that's his way of saying that, I'm here for you. And you just talk to him back. It's just kind of like a friend.
Yeah.
God is a friend. Like if you guys ever see me go, to the dark side, like Star Wars, then you guys will be like, you're acting up in some sort of way. I think that's what God is. He's everyone's friend. So, yeah.
Well, that's very nice. So you just pray to a general
A general God.
multiverse God.
Yeah. But I feel that if I would have tacked onto a religion at an earlier age, especially it was so jaded, these churches that I went into, that I would have been just crazy Black Power or crazy Catholic or a crazy ass Baptist, man.
Yeah.
And that's just it. They especially in the 90s, everyone was so sided on one side. We like nowadays we can have that openness of religion and sexuality and just our choices as a personal, human being.
Shit's gotten a lot
Back in the day,
freer.
in the 80s, 90s, even everywhere prior to that, you have to identify yourself with a group. Now you can be like, this is me. I'm a gay Baptist Muslim with one leg. You know what I'm saying? And
it's
all hell
accepted in
Satan and
America.
fucking Hitler
It's
was the greatest
accepted,
thing on
yeah.
earth. And
But
you
there's
can be
there's
that.
still that one person
Yeah.
who's like, no, you will be Catholic. No, gay people
Right.
suck. No,
Right.
you are this.
Right.
You
Old
know,
rule is
there's still
in-
people out there that be
Yeah.
like, you can have a conversation with them,
Definitely.
but they're
I-
gonna try to
yeah.
persuade
I
you
think
to be
more
whatever
nowadays
they are.
everyone's pretty much open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're always gonna have your sects of fucking fundamentalists and fucking crazy
Hey,
shits.
old
but-
customs always go away.
Oh, for the most part, I mean, not fucking this whole Christianity thing. Jesus Christ, that.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Keep
but
No
Go.
pun intended.
you have to think about it, Mike. Like, how long has basically time been recorded for our history,
No idea.
and in our history books? You know what I'm saying? For what we can, how far can we go back? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We can't really go back that far. So, but if we did go back, then you know how we have evolved as a people and changed and things. Like a couple years ago, we couldn't all be talking like this right here.
Not
know?
definitely like 30 years ago.
Feel like,
20
yeah.
years ago.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
So even like in the 90s,
They'd be
I
like, yo,
remember
you guys are
people were
weird.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
in the
we
90s,
couldn't
it
do
was
this.
still fucking weird to even think about or talk about like sex. Even, I mean, that's what like happened in pop culture. You look at like Madonna when she did all that shit in the 90s, because fucking this country is so repressed with this fucking this.
Everything.
Well,
Bullshit. Go ahead. 12. Well,
but I
be
mean, a
specific,
lot of it is
specific.
rooted in fucking Christian beliefs. Even though, and this is how we're making policy. You know, we
Yeah.
have these. It's supposed to be separated, but fucking, you know, somehow in God we trust is still on our money, and like we're still pushing this religious. And I'm talking on the conservative side, you know.
Yeah.
But, anyways, I want to let's just wrap that up and get our guest on here. But I think that I think for me personally, I think it resonated with me because when I'm making music or when I'm doing something, when I'm writing for the podcast, or like anytime I'm like zoning out creatively, I feel like that is my form of prayer. Because like Caleb was pointing out the other day, he's like when we were all in here for the 48-hour fartathon. The
Starring who?
Tory T,
Fucked up.
Caleb. We you know, like I was just sitting there sort of zoned out and just like, because when I'm recording, it's just me like, fuck, what the fuck? It's like, god damn it.
Yeah.
And it's just like I don't even realize I'm saying this shit. I'm just like going, you
Yeah.
know, and it's just I'm not even there. It's like I'm fucking tapped into something else. It's like
tight.
fucking I'm in some kind of meditative mode and I'm in a trance, and then that's all I can see.
That's
And
pretty
time does not exist until my body starts saying, "Hey, you're tired," or "Hey, you're hungry. You should probably fucking take a break," or "Your eyes are bulging out of your fucking face."
You're like Buck, the guy
Owens.
Buck with the no-no who pitched the no-no. Remember that guy? What's his name?
What the fuck's
his
a
name was
no-no?
Buck, right?
Doc
It's a no-
Ellis?
it's a no-hitter in
Doc,
baseball.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Oh,
Doc
no,
Ellis.
no.
Yeah, Doc.
Oh,
Buck.
like a fucking.
You're like a black pitcher who's on LSD. is what
Oh
he's
yeah,
saying.
yeah. I heard
Yeah.
about. They just released
See?
a
Yeah.
documentary
Yeah,
about that
yeah.
guy.
But you guys
just
have some of
focus
the
your
same
zone.
attributes.
Yeah. Well, and you know a lot of that comes from.
Y'all look exactly alike, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah.
is
That
an
Jerry
attribute,
curl's
but that's
coming
not
in
the attribute
nicely.
that I was talking about.
Well, I don't know. That it just resonated with me so much that I felt like I would talk about. I was gonna ask
Word,
Caleb how
tight.
his Portland trip went, but why
It
don't we
was good,
bring-
and that's it. The end.
Katie, Marcus, if you could move over there, and Katie, you can go sit on the couch, or you can go home. Welcome to the podcast, Outside Ourselves.
Hey! This is very little indulgence, but you guys have been
Yes,
there. Get a
I-
beer. You guys want a beer? Hey, nephew, can you get Outside Ourselves a beer here? Yeah. I heard you guys are gonna perform later.
I believe we'll do that.
Nice. Well, so this is if you can introduce yourself and the role you play in the band.
How about we'll introduce each other.
Oh,
Oh,
beautiful.
that's
That's
tight.
even better.
That's tight.
To my left, I have Jordan. He's an Aries, and he plays bass, and he's a singer.
Is he single?
And to my right, we got Mr. Freedom Nomad himself, Mr. Mo Paxton.
I grew up in Guam.
Wow.
What did that say?
I grew up in Guam. It's our guitar player, Sean. He grew up in Guam.
Obviously.
I'm sorry, I interrupted so rudely. Were you done? Are you finished?
I believe I was done.
Okay.
Yeah, look at him.
So-
Starting already.
Thank you guys for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having us.
We're
Thanks for
we're
having us.
missing a couple members. Mario, who I've met before, and then who
We've
else?
got Mario on lead guitar, and we recently brought on Cameron on drums.
Cameron, the fucking drummer
He kicks a lot
man.
of ass. He's fucking really good.
Oh, I met these guys a couple weeks ago at the Tin Roof, right?
Tin Roof,
And you guys closed
down
out
on
the
G
night.
Street.
Hey, G Street Sessions. You guys should check that out. Is it once a month?
Sunday, I think every
Is it
Sunday.
every Sunday?
Every Sunday?
Every Sunday. Yeah, make sure you're talking in the mic.
Okay.
Thank you. You can raise
You
that
are
up if
sitting
it's
pretty
easier.
high,
yeah,
yeah.
you're tall, man. You might as well.
Would you
just-
like some help? Oh, you know how to work a mic.
Assistance.
Oh.
No. It's okay. This is how it works.
Oh, there you go. Here you go. Here you go.
Oh,
Lefty
strength.
Lucy. Lefty Lucy.
Lefty Lucy. What is it? What?
How
that
does
was the gay.
Japanese? How's Japanese person say lefty Lucy?
Referee Roofy. Referee Roofy.
Righty tighty. Lefty Lucy.
You were supposed to do the. You're supposed to do the impression
Oh,
because
you can-
Lefty Lucy.
Refty Roosy.
I'm Filipino,
That's right
man.
here, so-
That's like a whole
Oh
nother
my God.
country.
Hey,
There you go.
calm down.
You
You
being
know what?
racist down there?
I'm not. Yeah, that was an awesome show. And that was like your guys's. That was your like first full band performance,
First
right?
performance with the
first
drum
full
with
band.
with Cameron on drums.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's,
Because you guys were a full band previous to having a drummer. Just now that you have a drummer, now it's like a filled out band.
I hear ya.
I don't know. I'm just burying myself at this point. No, yeah, but I definitely remember you guys fucking rocked it. The energy was solid. I mean, you could definitely tell you guys were a little green, but that's okay. No offense. Don't take it offensively because the energy is all that matters. You
Yeah,
know,
it's
like-
raw energy.
I'm a
So
musician.
Yeah, we call it folk punk.
Yeah.
We stomp on the
Ooh,
pavement and we
damn.
yell a little bit.
Folk
and-
punk. I like that. Good genre.
Yeah.
Death reggae.
Death reggae. Wow. That's our new genre. We're gonna fucking.
And is that us plus one?
Yes, that is us plus
Yes.
one. Yeah, that's actually us plus one is a new pilot that we're trying to pitch right now. You want to tell them the premise?
Yeah, basically it's a family and one of their relatives come into the house, but he's on a sex offender list,
And that's the
and that's it.
that's the premise of the show.
That's it. Boom. ABC, NBC,
We're hoping.
yeah, Spike
We're-
TV, Travel Channel, Food Network.
We're talking to you.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Mo, before the podcast, before we got started, you were telling us that you're from Georgia, but you just moved here in
October. Yeah, just came out for a change of scenery.
And
Too many mosquitoes and humidity out there.
Oh, dude, fuck.
I figured I'd come here, spend a summer in Southern California.
So, what brought you out here? Just the sun, or do you have family or friends, or?
I was just kind of trying to get a fresh start and see some new things and yeah, the sun. We actually have a song that's going on the EP called "Invitation to the Sun." It's one that I wrote before I came out here.
And it's about you being like, I need to go somewhere else.
Exactly.
So so that was it. So you didn't know anybody out here, or you just came the fuck out here with your
Just
guitar strapped on?
Came out. My grandparents are out here,
Oh,
so
okay,
kind of.
okay.
I grew up coming out here, so I
Oh.
kind of I knew my bearings a little bit.
Oh,
but
okay. You know, and like you don't have a southern accent, and I've heard from several other people who are from the South, actually from Atlanta. It's like people these days kind of lose their accent, just sort of growing up. Just 'cause
Yeah.
it's not how it is anymore. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
there's southern accents out there. But
Well,
for the,
yeah,
For
I
the
get
most
it.
part, it's people coming from everywhere, and
Mhm.
everyone kind of has their own slang and lingo.
Well, you can definitely tell you have like maybe like a hint of a draw, just like a southern draw, but it's not like I would not have been able to tell that you were fucking from Georgia at all. And actually, I was gonna ask you because I talked to Brittany and she was like, "Oh yeah, they got shows in North Carolina and Georgia," and I was like, "How the fuck? What a random fucking it's like a San Diego band who's fucking like dropping their album in Georgia."
Yeah.
So it just
That's
threw me
pretty
off.
cool, man.
No, that's dope.
That's
actually,
pretty cool. You
It's dope
guys
as
got
fuck.
connections like that.
And then Jordan, you're from Los Angeles. What brought you down here?
Just family, man.
Family? You're a family man?
I'm a family man.
Nice.
No, just my aunt was out here and, decided to move closer to home. So, fucking love San Diego, though, man.
Oh, yeah.
Been living here for like 21 years now, dude.
Oh, shit.
Fucking-
What is that? How old are you guys?
I'm 26.
Oh, okay. And how are you?
19.
Shut the
Oh,
fuck up.
shit, damn.
Beat you, nephew.
Oh.
Oh, he just turned 21.
Beat the
Get
nephew.
your ass out of here. You ain't the youngest no more.
Damn. now.
You're
Pretty
19,
cool,
huh?
man.
Kid.
That
You
is
handle
dope,
yourself
man.
well
Right on,
though.
man.
You
do.
know because you have to be a
Yeah.
man now.
You're not skittish
know?
like 19. I remember you
Yeah,
at 19.
hell
I was
yeah. I
skittish
would've
like,
been
I
like,
don't know, man.
Yeah, like you
oh
handle
no,
yourself
I love
well.
that girl
like,
so much. Make me cry.
Don't let it go. Stay yourself, dude. That's pretty cool.
That's cool, man. Yeah.
Thanks.
Rock and roll, man. So you came down here when you were 6.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Been
okay.
down here
So I thought you made like a conscious decision, like, you know what? I need to change the scenery. Fuck
At
this.
6,
Nah,
and
man.
he had the, one of the sticks
Leave
with
it.
the bags,
the
like
handkerchief.
the runaway joints.
Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah, one of them runaway bags.
Nice. nice.
You think after a while, I just want to discuss this because I still say I'm from San Francisco, but I moved to San Diego in 1998. But when I came down, when I'm here in San Diego, when people ask me where I'm from, I feel more comfortable saying I'm from San Francisco. And then when I go back home, you know, I meet strangers on the street. I'd be like, well, I'm from San Diego. Is there a certain like time frame or a certain time stamp of your life where you're like, no, you're from that place, so you got to stop saying you're from LA or San
Nah,
Francisco,
man.
Sacramento,
Honestly,
or Ohio?
Honestly, dude, it's just people just wanting to be different.
Mm.
Everyone's. I mean, it's a conversation starter. Hey,
I
I'm
think
from
so,
LA.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, nah, I've only lived there for like 5 years.
Right.
But
But-
I mean, people like to pretend they're got more culture than they really have. So.
Mm. So I should stop saying I'm from San Francisco. How dare you hold me back? No, I'm fucking-
Oh damn! That's a real ass answer.
That
That's cool.
escalated quickly.
Yeah, no, because on the opposite
shit.
side, like people who are only from San Diego, maybe like a year, they'll go back home and they'll run into people and be like, "Nah, I'm from San Diego."
Oh, yeah,
Motherfucker, you
yeah.
only been there 3
Fucking
months,
fake
man.
it the fuck.
Like, yeah, you got a round trip ticket that hasn't even expired yet.
That is a case of someone
Yeah.
acting very brand
okay,
new.
I got some input on this.
Please.
I would
please.
say
20 on 10.
I've been here only a few months, but I'm gonna go to my definition of home. What I call home. I think that's where I feel at ease and where I feel comfortable and where I have people around me that I love. And I'd say I've only been here a few months, but I would say that I'm a San Diegan.
No doubt. Yeah.
I've learned my way around, and I feel at ease here, and I'd say I'm from San Diego at this point.
So wherever the home is, where the heart is, type.
yeah.
Yeah. No,
Where you
it
lay
makes
your
sense,
head.
man.
Long
Yeah.
story short
Yeah.
is
No, I think you can have several homes. That's why I say I'm from San Diego when I'm in San Francisco, because I feel like, oh shit, I'm away from home. But when I'm in San Diego, I also feel like I'm away from home. Or it could just be wherever the fucking van is parked. You know?
Walmart.
For real, yeah, hell yeah, free.
Walmart.
Overnight.
Oh yeah, I've definitely spent some nights in a Walmart parking lot.
Sucking dick in the alley.
Oh, those were the days. Those were the days.
What's some
Gotta get gas somehow, man.
Reminds me of the first time I smoked crack.
It was the same day I sucked that dick.
So what's next?
Wait, so nephew, how old are you, man?
21.
21. All
I
right.
just turned 21 in March.
Cool.
You need to go on. You guys need to like connect.
Yeah, you
man,
guys need
'cause
to hang out.
This is the oldest 21-year-old you'll ever meet.
He's in by 9.
Yeah.
A bed by 9:30.
It's like
It's
he works
actually
at a
bed
coal
by 9,
plant or
in
some
by
shit,
8:30,
man.
So
Oh, in by 8:30, bed by 9. Yeah.
waking up at 6.
Waking up at 6. I fucking wake up at 6 and I go to bed at 1.
Whoa.
Hey, I'm with you.
I don't sleep well.
Rent it. Rent it.
Anyways, yeah. So what brought you guys together? How did you guys come together? In
I had to
big,
get a
wide
job
open world?
inevitably when I came here.
Boo.
Yeah.
That's children
Right.
booing, by the way, not cheering. We have lots of confusion about that. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, we met up at a Costco interview. Actually, we were corporate America. We were just sitting there waiting for
Seasonal
interviews, and
positions.
Bitches.
both got laid off after seasonal. But
Aw.
but hey, if I hadn't have gotten a job at Costco for Christmas, we met at that interview and started jamming a few weeks later and started co-writing some songs, and it's definitely turned into a lot more than
How how was the meetup scenario?
Yeah.
Like the story behind
you want
that
the breakdown?
meetup. Yeah, I want that breakdown, man. I mean, because
Play by
obviously
play.
you were there for a job.
That's kinda
You
crazy,
were there for a
yeah.
job. So how does it come? Like, oh, I'm a musician. You're a musician, or did it come when you guys were both hired and started to become coworkers?
So basically, we walk into the upstairs warehouse at Costco,
Mm.
and basically we sat down, and he's already sitting down at a different table. Comes over to my table, pops a squat next to me. Goes, hey, I'm Mo. I'm just like, okay. Jordan. I'm like, yeah, I'm Jordan. Going for the seasonal position, huh? He's like, yeah, man. Hopefully I get this. I was like, so, are you from San Diego? He's like, no, I'm from Atlanta. I was like, oh, what brings you out to San Diego? He goes, oh, music. I'm like, music? Ding. Why don't you go to L.A.? Nah,
Get your ass out my city now.
No. But I was just
Take your
messing. I was
country
like, oh, no
ass
shit.
north.
I was like, oh well, I play bass. What do you play? Oh, I play guitar and sing. He's like, you want to jam? I was like, hell yeah, I
The
want to.
circle
jam.
jerk was born.
Mo, did you do some work behind the scenes and learn that he played the bass, or
Like overheard a
Oh
conversation?
no, we were
Yeah.
both
Like,
there for
ooh.
first interview. He was just I figure I didn't have any friends here yet, so I walk around. I just meet everybody. That's just me.
That's cool. Dude.
That's a spot-on
fucking
impression, though.
networking.
Yeah.
That's networking in its finest.
What happened to that Henny?
That's cool.
Oh, it's probably
I think
outside.
the Henny's gone.
Will
dude.
you? Is it?
All right, wait. So you at the interview?
No side.
My name's Mo. Blah blah. Music. Did you guys try to connect right then and there, or
He was
did-
telling me about his punk band that he played in. He was like, "Yeah, we cover the Ramones and
Okay.
Yeah, because before that, like, I've only been playing bass for like a few months because I took like a few years off. Just got tired of it, you know. So I jumped into it, and this guy was like, "Oh, we're gonna cover Motorhead. We're gonna cover the Ramones." I'm like, "Great, another cover band. It's gonna be fun." And then, but doing it, you know, got me playing my instrument, and you know, talking to him gave me the confidence to try out for this guy's band. And
I didn't have a band at that point. It was just me and my guitar."
So you made him try out anyways? Like, you like, no.
Did you lie to him? Like, yo, I got a full-on band, and we're trying out, people.
This is the screening process.
right now. I
Nice.
got this.
No, man, we hit it off pretty straightforwardly from the start. I think we wrote a
That's
riff.
pretty cool, man.
The first time we jammed, he showed me a riff. We were doodling around with it.
Nice.
Who writes the songs? You.
Co-write.
we both write them, man.
Tight.
So
Yeah.
just you guys, or
A
does-
lot of our
actual-
writing
Just us,
sessions
man.
will be
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Into the mic. No. You're
No,
fine.
no, it's your show.
No.
Fucking
you-
stop fucking out humbling each other. God damn it.
No,
that was
talk
our
into your
last fucking.
Okay, that's
Talk
how, that's how
into the
humble.
fucking
All
mic.
right.
So basically, the writing process
There you go.
is
Thank you for
Big
picking
someone
it up.
someone will usually start out a riff, and then the other person will automatically grab the notebook and just start writing like ideas of what kind of emotions these riffs kind of bring up, or what it kind of reminds of them. And we try to be very, I don't know, articulate in what we try to represent, you know, and like how we try to describe these emotions. So
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's
So we co-write the lyrics, and we've got kind of a balance of Jordan provides a lot of the imagery, and he's very descriptive lines and stuff, and I'll come up with kind of tongue-in-cheek lines. I like to kind of straight talk and just say things as they are. So it's kind of a cool contrast, I feel like.
That is
Yeah,
very
man.
I did notice that, and the lyrics were like really fucking. I don't know, very poignant. Like I was listening to your lyrics, and I was thinking, as a new band, it's fucking. It kind of takes time to find your space, and like especially when you're writing writing partners, kind of takes time. And you guys kind of found a little method to where you can get your fucking thoughts out really concise and fucking. So kudos to that. I mean,
Thanks.
thanks, man. I appreciate that.
yeah, no problem. Man.
What do you guys
fucking
talk
earned it.
about? What do you guys usually talk about?
Life, man.
Yeah, just different life. Like one of our songs, "Come Back to Us," it was written about like I was in a coma for about a month. So
Jesus Christ, what happened?
yeah. I was skateboarding without a helmet.
Of course.
I was bombing a hill, and my
Don't try that
front
at
truck
home.
just broke off.
For a
Oh,
fucking
no
month,
shit.
though?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Well, first it was like 2 weeks, and then like medically induced, just so my brain could heal.
Wow.
Motherfucker.
You blew it.
You son
Oh,
of a.
no. Like, that's
Were you just about to skip over the coma though? Because
Yeah,
I feel
you
like you
was,
was like,
you
I was
was.
in a coma, and then I was then writing lyrics. Like, you can't skip over that
So
shit
basi-
sometimes.
yeah. So it was kind of harsh.
That's great. So
Like,
after you came out of that coma, were you you know, I mean, obviously physically when your body is, you know,
Yeah, I had to relearn how to
vegetated for
walk.
a month and all that.
Shit.
It's just kind of harsh.
Mm.
I had to relearn math skills, but I'm dyslexic anyway, so I always fucking sucked at math. So. I mean, I was a
Who needs it? Who needs it?
Like reading, writing, all that stupid bullshit.
And this was
so.
in San Diego?
Yeah, man. This was 2005. Shit.
Crazy shit.
So when you woke
man.
up, did you remember that that's how you went into a coma, or did someone be like, "Dude, you fucking ate
No,
shit"?
no. When I woke up, I still wasn't like really there yet. Like I could see and I could process. Like this is kind of a funny story. One time, my best
time I
friend
was in a
came in
coma.
and like my best friend came in and like it was probably like 5 hours after I was like, waking in the coma. I was like talking to people, but I didn't know who anyone was. Like he walks in, I said, "Who the fuck is this cunt?" I'm like, this was like my best friend for like 5 or like 10 years, and he was just like,
shit.
"Oh my god."
Well, what's your friend's name?
Oh, his name?
Yeah.
Mark.
Mark, you
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I know Mark. He's
Son of a bitch.
Fucking
We love you, Mark.
cunt.
my man, Mark. Hey, he just got his PhD, motherfucker.
Congratulations, Dr. Mark. Dr. Mark. Dr. Mark. Question: when you were in the coma, did you hear anything? Or
Oh, I
was it-
can't even remember, man. I mean,
Blast.
Was it like
yeah.
blank in a coma? Then you're just awake. Did it feel like a
I
snap?
I can remember like I don't remember the fall, but I can remember being halfway where I was bombing that hill,
Mm.
and then I remember like it was probably like 3 days after I woke that I was actually like talking to my mom and shit. And it was,
Did it feel
yeah.
like a month?
Oh, I didn't know what to feel, man. I was so lost, and I was all drugged up and shit, man. It was kind of.
So do you have any memories? Like, were you dreaming?
Hey, we have a line in this song that it's
That's what he was
about.
talking
Yeah?
about, right?
For
That's,
all I know, I could be dreaming.
That's a dope line.
That's,
Nice,
that's
nice.
Jordan's.
Came up. With
so
that.
you could
Oh.
so
what we spurred the song off.
so
of.
you
That's cool,
so
man.
technically you could still be in a hospital bed hooked to a machine and all of this is happening in your fucking head.
I could already be dead, man. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, this could be, so that's what that line's alluding to, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
beautiful.
just-
That's fucking very
it's a
beautiful,
possibility.
guys.
I don't know. Thanks, man.
It is a possibility. There's lots of theories. Like we could be in a fucking video simulation or a video.
Right
You
now?
guys could be famous.
No. Let's not go that far. No,
Never.
no.
Never.
At least me. These guys, they not me.
These guys.
These
though,
guys,
These guys.
going to the top. Me? No.
So what's the name of that song that's on?
It's come back to us.
Come back to us.
And is that going to be on the new EP or it's been released
It'll
already?
definitely be on the new EP.
Rightio.
This will be our first drop of any songs or anything. We've put a demo up online on Facebook and stuff, but we're gonna try to put our best foot forward with these 4 songs.
Cool.
Tell me about the EP. You guys are going back to fucking Hotlanta. To fucking
Atlanta, where the
to-
players play.
to record this. Now, I mean, tell me why. I mean, like, why fly a whole band out to Georgia?
Handful
Why-
of reasons. It's-
No.
yeah.
And I'm not trying to like disparage or fucking denegate your,
No, look
your
at you.
decisions here. I'm just saying. I'm just wondering why take a whole band out to Georgia when you could do it here.
Yeah. Well, we've got I've got a few connections out there that that I'd like to reconnect with, and we're playing a couple shows out there that we think might spur something down the road. And the main reason I'd say is actually 2. I had this old coworker that I worked with back there in a guitar shop, and he runs a studio called Red Sheep Studio, and he's a friend, so I decided to take the band on an adventure and kind of get out of the close premises and just see what happens with it. And then the other reason is my girlfriend lives out there. We're moving her across the country when we come back.
Nice.
So you're
So-
going to get your girlfriend, record
Yeah,
an
man,
EP,
lots of reasons. I
and
got all
fucking
kinds of emotion
play
tied up
some-
in
Dragging
this
me
EP.
with him.
and he's dragging. So is the whole band going, or is it just you two?
It'll be us and Mario. So
Okay.
lead guitarist, he's coming out as well.
So what about drums and tracking drums?
I've got an old friend out there that I played in a band with called Saint Bernard that
Okay.
drums, and he's gonna track with us. and
Oh, okay.
We're
So
gonna
you're
do a
gonna,
music video with him and
Oh,
stuff.
okay. Cool.
Nice.
So you're gonna. Oh, that's tight. Now the studio guys are. in the studio, are you guys going for a particular sound? Like, I mean, is there like any kind of equipment you want to use? Because I mean, there's so many options, like recording on the tape, or get that warm vintage sound. Or is there like a sound you guys are going for in particular, or like a production sound? Not like who you trying to be like. Like I'm trying to, like, is there like a feel you're going for? I guess.
Well, I like the kind of lo-fi stuff.
Yeah.
We call ourselves folk punk, so we want to have a pretty raw sound. As far as recordings, we thought of a few bands that we kind of dig the way they put their sound, and I'm a big fan of Edward Sharp, big fan of Dr. Dog.
Nice.
Broken Social Scene's huge. Delta Spirits, fucking awesome.
Some Pinback.
Pinback's
yeah,
the shit.
San Diego
San
band.
Diego,
Pinback.
yeah.
Yeah.
I love Pinback. Yeah, I like all those bands, except I don't. You said one that I didn't hear of, but Dr. Dog's the shit though.
Yeah,
You can't
lo-fi,
fucking-
man, lo-fi.
Nice. So, is that the plan then? So, like, to get that lo-fi sound, you're gonna go to the studio and like record a tape, or is there like a certain technique that he's gonna provide? The guy you're working with.
Yeah.
At Red Dog, you said. What's the name?
Red
of the
Sheep Studio.
Red Sheep Studios.
His
in
name's John
Atlanta.
Doris. He's, we're kind of going in a little blind on this one. This is our first time. We've done some demo tracks in the studio, but this is our first real studio time for both of us.
Cool.
So
No, are you going to work all the kinks out here as a band and then go and like just knock it out, or are you gonna kind of work it out in the studio, like the details? Do you know what I mean? Because there's details you have to face once you're in the studio, where it's like, I mean, you could play a song a certain way and like you could just be like, oh, I'm just kind of doing do, but it's just sort of filler. But once you get in the studio, it's like, oh shit, I have to have a bass line in place, or I have to have this run in place, we're gonna do a change here, so we have to have these in place. So do you guys have it worked out to the detail here, or are you gonna
we
just
definitely
sort of
got the songs structured the way we want them. I'm sure we'll make some tweaks in there when we're working with the drummer and everything. And
Yeah, to tell you the truth, it's kind of exciting, because it just brings new challenges. And as a musician, I mean, what could you ask more for,
Yeah. Fucking shit. Try to be in the studio with this band. It's me cussing. It's like half the people on their phones. It's like.
But it's fucking exciting, isn't it?
Recording is a totally fucking
Really get
different
on the
beast,
phone
man.
too
Because it's because first of all, I mean, it's permanent. Once it's down, it's out, and once it's out, it's out. But I mean, it's just like you hit these roadblocks, and you have to find these solutions. And especially if you're working in a studio where you're paying by the hour.
You're like really discouraging. Your question
This is fucking
come in a discouraging way and shit. Yeah.
Well, this is the reality of the situation. I
See,
mean,
it's
you
still
fucking have to go
discouraging.
if you go into a recording studio and you're not fully prepared, you could end up spending fucking like an extra $1,000 on just because you're arranging shit again. So that's why I was asking. And I'm sure you guys are aware of it. I'm sure you guys are gonna fucking do beautifully. I was just wondering how you guys are.
hey, we'll tell you what. We'll come back and we'll bring a copy of our CD by, and we'll
that'd
show
be
you what happens in there.
Oh well, I'd love to fucking play a track.
Have
on
y'all
here,
been
too.
in a recording scenario together yet?
We have.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. How did that go down?
Pretty well. We've been working with my buddy Alan. He's doing some bedroom demos and stuff with him. He just
Alan from
not
Tin-
from Tin Roof.
Okay.
Different buddy.
Okay. He's out here though.
Yeah.
He is.
And Austin, who's actually in the band Super Groupie, so check them out.
What, super groupie?
Super Groupie, yeah.
And his name is Austin.
Yeah, his name's Austin. He shreds
we
guitar.
did
He's
some
pretty
demos
good.
with him.
It's pretty good.
Nice. You want to shout out their studio name? Do they have a studio?
We're
name?
just in their garage messing around, man.
You're in the garage.
We're
right
all
now.
about. Hey, we're all
Yeah.
about just stomping on the pavement.
Hell
Just
yeah.
grassroots, man.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So when you guys recorded together, what did someone lay down the bass track first, drum track, guitar, or just kind of like
We all
whoever
jumped-
wanted to
we
fill,
went
fill
in.
that in?
All of us at once, just tracking it all live, just to get a structure. And we kind of went back and we
was
retracked
the first
everything
time.
to isolate the
That's
tracks.
Cool, man.
So is that how you're
That's
gonna
a
do
good
it
way to
in
do it.
Atlanta? Just sort of do a live take and then go back and make tweaks.
That's kind of what I had in mind. We'll see what
Mm.
how John wants to work it out there, and I'm pretty excited to collaborate with him and see what we come up with.
Is he also going to be playing, like, he's doing engineering and recording, but he's also going to be playing, like, producer as well?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And has he worked with any other bands that you know? I mean, it doesn't matter if they're huge bands, but I mean, have you heard any of his other recordings?
I've heard some of his recordings. I can't recall any of the band names.
Yeah,
Some Georgia bands. There's an
piss
Athens
off.
band. I know when I was working with him at the guitar shop, he took off one weekend and went up to Tennessee, I think, to record a pipe organ band.
Oh, that's
Nice.
dope.
Nice.
So he's pretty well rounded.
So as musicians, because it's kind of tough. Musician, you've been doing your music for however long you may be doing it, and a producer comes in. Sometimes they're not really open to that. So when a producer came in, or pretend a producer's gonna come in, especially when you guys are going to Atlanta to record it, do you guys think you'll be open to, like, a lot of criticism from one single guy saying, like, the bridge might not be played that way, or it might not be placed that way, or different
Yeah.
critiques?
Well, I mean, if you can go into it with like a point of view, knowing
Mhm.
that this guy is really trying to help you create like this new work of art, this new album, something that you're trying to create yourself, then I mean, you kind of have to follow his instructions, and no matter, how complex or what depends on it, you just got to go through with it.
So you're going to sort of put your trust in him and just say, fuck it.
Yeah, I mean,
We
he's
are
gonna
we are
explore,
pretty
but-
confident in the way that we've structured them. I've been writing songs for a long time and learning every song that I dig that I can learn. Just I'd like to produce songs one day of my own, and so we're pretty confident in the way that we've structured them and built the songs.
Nice.
Check.
I like silence.
Dead air. Check.
No, I like silence.
He was
sometimes.
praying. That's
People
his
are-
form.
This is how I pray.
Well, you guys are going out for how many songs on this EP?
4.
4. Now, if the feeling hits you, when a riff might hit you in the studio, a riff might hit you, a vocal, a lyric, or whatever. Will you guys expand that E EP?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we've probably written something around like 17 songs already, so we're really gonna go over like a lot of these tracks with this new producer. What is his name?
Okay.
John Damos?
John Doris.
Doris. So I mean, we're just gonna show him a lot. I mean, we have a 4 that we really want to stick to, but if he can add it, I mean, he's the one mixing and mastering it, so it's depending on his time frame and how much he really wants to put into it. But I mean, if he's all in, I mean, we will be too,
And how long are you guys out there for in Atlanta?
We'll be out there for about 10 days.
That's pretty cool. Man.
We're,
And you guys got
we're
shows
playing a
too,
few.
right?
We've got a few gigs lined up. We're tightening up with my buddy Matt on the drums and everything, and gonna introduce the band to some old friends and stuff.
Cool.
And
Nice. Have you ever been out east or been to Georgia or anything like
oh
that?
yeah, man, I've been to Atlanta.
Have you been to Atlanta?
Yeah,
Nice.
I was in a hotel room right by the airport, and man, that shit was miserable.
And it was it was like being in OB with the fucking.
It's not that bad. It's beautiful out there. I mean,
Yeah,
trees and
it's very lush.
Yeah.
That's very
Yeah.
different from out here. I'm from Ohio, which has kind of the
Are you
same
sure about
summers.
that? You seem a little confused.
Well, I'm from Michigan,
I'm
but
from Ohio.
well, I'm from Michigan originally, but I claim Ohio, kind of like touching back on what he was saying.
Yeah, San Francisco, San Diego, everywhere else. I did have one question.
Oh, you just gonna step on my question?
This is what I do.
All
You
right,
know what
go
I'm saying?
ahead.
I just want to know the origination of the band name Outside Ourselves.
Well, we thought we were real clever, and we came up with Soul Committee earlier, but of
I still
course
think we're
that
clever.
sometimes. But yeah, fucking, we came up with Soul Committee, and it turns out there's a wedding band named Soul Committee. who
Fuck
has,
you
like,
guys.
500
Fuck you, Soul
followers.
Committee wedding
Go
band.
Soul Committee.
Hey,
All
we
the
all
weddings
love
you
our
want,
band.
baby. All the weddings you want.
I don't know you
Nah.
guys. I'm sure you're wonderful people.
They probably are
Hey,
incredible people. Check
You probably
'em
don't
out.
have any sex
Shout out
offenders
Soul
in the-
Committee.
Yeah, shout out to Soul Committee.
So that was taken, and we were fucking bummed. So I went to Denmark.
So I went think it through.
I went to Denmark, and I don't know. Something happened outside, and I was like, "Oh shit, Outside Ourselves." So I called Mo, and then he was like, "Oh yeah, let's fucking do it." I paid $8 to call this guy. I was so excited for the name.
Nice.
That's an $8 name
But
right there.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think or organically for the name to come on you like that. You're out in Denmark and it just kind of hits you.
I
you
got
know,
came on.
Yeah, you got came on. when it cames on you, you got to keep that name. But maybe your trip and subconsciously it just came to you and then it seeped through your conscious mind, man. Your trip. What were you on at Denmark?
Well,
Mushrooms.
basically, there's a free town out in Denmark called Christiania, and they got a lot of drugs and alcohol. And they have a jazz room and a half pipe. This place is the shit, and there's no police there. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna claim or disclaim anything.
Right on.
But I was enjoying my time, dude.
That's
I
the
was
best
just enjoying
scenario
my
to
time.
come up with a band name.
Hell
yo.
yeah.
For real,
So
man.
what-
Skateboarding, fucking.
That's what
sex,
brought.
drugs, and
That's what
rock
took
and
you
roll.
out there is skating because you wanted to skate that, or
No,
drugs 'cause you
no,
wanted
no.
or you
drugs
just
out
heard about
there.
this place and you're like, I gotta go find out for myself.
No, I don't know. It's cheapest to fly to Denmark, so I went to Denmark, Sweden. My uncle lives in France. Michael Amundsen, shout out.
Right on. Fuck you, soul, whatever. band
Soul
that
Committee.
is. I'm
Yeah,
still
Soul
holding
Committee.
that. Suck some ass.
But yeah, I got to see them out there and just checking it out. It was fun. dude.
Does Denmark have their own language?
Yeah, I'm sure
Or do
they
they
do.
speak English?
No, they speak English.
They speak
very
English?
fluently.
Probably
And
better
most of
than
them-
us. I'm sure of it.
But this is We Speak English Good.
Yes.
Which is not good English at all.
Not at all, mate.
So we go ahead and. I wanted to go over this, make sure. So what's the dates and the locations and the venues of the places you're playing out east or southeast? Sorry.
We'll be playing just a few open mics in Atlanta, a coffee shop that we really did, that I dig, and
What's the name of the coffee shop?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh wow, you really love it.
I've been out there a couple times with my girl.
Okay.
What are you talking about this Thursday?
Oh, this Thursday we're playing
This
in
Thursday?
Escondido at
Oh yeah.
the Kettle.
Oh,
You
this
can
probably
catch
won't
us.
be up for that, but you guys loved it.
Shout out.
Just be aware. Just be aware.
They
Sorry.
rocked it.
They rocked it. Just don't even worry about it. We got you. They rocked it.
So the main focus is the studio. We're playing a few open mics in Atlanta, and we're playing at the bar called Chevelle's in North Carolina on the 30th and 31st. We're doing an opening gig, and then the next day we're gonna be playing a vintage car show, I think. So
Nice.
they got us for like 5 hours. We're gonna have to repeat every
No
song.
shit.
Be like,
Damn.
But she
5
guys do
pull
that
hours.
every
this
song
month?
out of our ass that we know.
Yeah,
Shit, that's
Oh,
cool.
you guys
Is
live
it-
June?
Because we're
Oh,
leaving,
June.
leaving on Sunday, man.
Is it
Oh,
like
shit.
one of those like a car show that only comes like an annual thing?
I'm not sure. It's where my girl's from. She lined up the gig for us.
Atlanta or
and-
North Carolina?
North Carolina.
Okay. You know the car show's the name?
Car show
I
of
couldn't
North
tell you.
Carolina.
The bar is Chevelle's.
Chevelle's. Bow.
What's the date again?
The 30th and 31st of May.
How many songs you guys got all together then?
With covers and everything, I'd say we could play 30
30 songs?
30 sloppily.
Nice.
Dude, 30 songs is a fucking.
well,
that's a
yeah.
3-hour
Pretty good,
set
though.
if you
Yeah.
stretch it. And
We stretch it.
Dude, no, I just over the winter I went.
Smokestack. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Smokestack lightning, like 12 minutes.
Hell yeah. Do your thing.
You fucking Lego, let Mario do his thing. Just
Oh,
fucking
that
rip
guy's a
it.
beast.
Yeah.
Where is he?
Mario. I was playing with a reggae band this winter. I was on tour with them, Skanks Roots Project. I still play with them. And we would just show up in bars where we would have to fill fucking like 3 hours, and we have like, I don't know, 15 songs and like a couple covers. Fucking, we're playing Madness. We're playing Gregory Isaac like fucking for like 15 minutes though. And it's 2 chords. It's like A and G. You fucking, and it's just me like fucking making noise with my echo machine. Blah, 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 blah. And that's what we did for 15 minutes.
Were they
but-
digging it though?
No, I mean most of the
Okay.
time we were playing shitty bars that were like people were just totally disinterested and like almost angry at us. All right, you do your thing. I dare you do this to me right now. But yeah, so 5 hours. That's quite a feat. Oh, good luck with that.
Thank you. We'll need
Thanks.
it.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Well, that sounds fucking. That's great, man. Fuck it. So, let's talk about like Mario. How long has Mario been involved?
I met that guy in Oceanside. That was back in March, I want to say, so not so long ago. But I went up to the Oceanside Pier to busk and make a buck on a Sunday afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
Walking up, and this dude was chilling with his buddy Patrick, and they were trying to make $1 for this homeless guy. They were just playing song. The guy was foaming at the mouth and yelling racist stuff, and
they were trying to help him out.
yeah, they were just getting kicks out of it, trying to make him $1. So
Oh, that's nice.
I cracked him a grin. I was like, "Yo, can I jam with you guys?"
Nice.
Stood there for an hour. Finally, we got the guy a box of Girl Scout cookies.
Oh hell yeah.
No money, but you know,
That
food
works.
will do it better.
Yeah, food's way better because all he's gonna do with the money is go spend it on drugs and alcohol. That's what my mother used to say.
But
Still does.
started
say.
jamming with him a few times, and then I introduced him to Jordan. We invited him down to one of our band practices, and
You just sort of clicked.
yeah, he brought a nylon string guitar down. What is this?
What
So
is
it's-
That's
when-
this
that's
thing
when
you
we-
bring to us?
That's when we coined the folk punk.
Right. Well, I thought that was an interesting addition when I was checking you guys out because you guys were very much like fucking an acoustic, you know, fucking very lively, and then all of a sudden you got this cat fucking playing a fucking a classical, and I play classical. That's my main guitar when I'm playing with Reina. So and of course it resonated with me. Yeah, that's an interesting, and it gives it sort of like an interesting, like, I mean, because you guys aren't flamenco or anything, but like it gives it that like those nylons. It gives it a fucking different texture. So cool addition. Okay, and then so you just met your drummer then.
I actually met him before Jordan and Mario. I worked with him at PacSun back in November when I first got here, and we kind of hung a little bit. We partied. And then we hit him up before Tin Roof last weekend and said, "Hey man, we got this gig. We need a drummer. And you want to sit in?" And threw one practice together beforehand, and he was throwing down exactly what we wanted to hear on the songs. So
Yeah,
we were like,
I remember hearing those fills. I was like, that guy knows what he's doing. It's like I can just hear a drummer fucking just warm up, and I can tell right away whether or not they can fucking bring it. And as soon as he fucking did like his first like just fucking around fill, I was like, he knows what the fuck he's doing. I mean, it's, you know, I'm an old man. I'm an old man, Mo. I've been doing this for a very long time. I'm not that old. I'm only like 46.
It's cool, man.
Yeah, it's pretty young
Yeah.
still.
You were a young lady at once.
I
Now
was.
you're an old man. Right on.
How time changes us all.
How the penis inverts itself and then pops back out,
It gets cut
back
down
into
the
a
middle,
penis. Yeah.
flipped around into a labia.
Yeah, like a,
Oh no, it was the
like
labia.
a turtle, like a scared turtle.
Yeah.
and it comes
And
back
then
out when
out
it's
comes
ready. Yeah.
a thing.
Right on.
A thing.
Right on.
We're gonna read some emails. Oh, it's 9:30, guys. I didn't know if you had to click out, but I just want to let you guys know. You guys can stay to the end or do whatever. I just want to let you know.
Yeah.
It's 9:30.
We got some games too if you guys want to stay for some games.
Yeah, motherfucker. These guys are trying to make
off to the
plans.
side.
That's okay. That's okay. Today we got a couple emails which I was very surprised to see. I'm not even sure who this guy is referring to, but it says, been listening for a couple episodes. Oh, and this is from Lollipop Giant. You guys can spark that here if you want to, if you don't
Oh, yeah?
mind.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't give a fuck.
Score. Remember, roll my cell phone.
It's a medical emergency. Just no tobacco in here.
Oh, that's what this is.
Oh, that's a tobacco cigarette? Oh, sorry, man. Sorry, no tobacco. Just
You should just smoke. I would start smoking.
no, yeah.
Oh,
See, that's
shit
what
is cool.
happens.
Hell yeah.
Just the medication is allowed.
I'll smoke my cigarette when he comes back,
Oh,
just
okay.
to even it out.
Well, I appreciate. This email comes from Lollipop Johnny. Lollipop Johnny. I don't know what the fuck.
Scandalous.
Been listening for a couple episodes, and you guys are awesome. The only show I didn't like was the one with the wannabe comedian you had on, which I don't know who that is.
Probably you.
I think his name was Phil. See, that's where I'm confused. Like,
The
fucking.
Filipino.
I think his name was Phil. Dude, you are not funny. Don't even try to be a comedian because you fucking suck. If you decide to follow through, make sure you steal your jokes, then recite them as you jump off a bridge. Love the rest of you guys, though. Cheers.
Was that me? Man, fuck you. I ain't even trying to be a comedian.
Lollipop
I think you
John.
Trying to
should.
be a janitor.
You should contact
Professional.
lifebounce.net.
I think that's true for suicide netting, for all your suicide netting needs.
You know what? If I was a comedian, all inside jokes.
Yeah,
That's my thing.
that's our bit.
I'm-
Well, that's
me-
your bit,
It's gonna be me on stage and you in the back.
and I'll be the only one
You'll-
laughing at you.
Well, the thing is, okay, I want to do it like this. If I was a comedian, right, I'd build myself up with like crazy fucking comedy, right, and just build myself up to that fucking center stage. You know what I'm saying? HBO special.
okay.
That's when I drop the inside jokes and
I know,
just
just
fuck
be
it
me
all
in
up.
the-
Hell yeah.
He's like, hey, you remember that
Hell
one
yeah.
time when
Like,
we were hanging out?
I'm gonna be a real comedian up until that point where I get like a special or I'm at Saturday at the Laugh Factory and shit, and then destroy my career.
That seems doable.
Yep.
Sounds like
seems-
Carlos Mencia.
Aww.
You know, Dane Cook just got kicked out of the Laugh Factory forever, right?
Oh, what
Was
he
he
do?
stealing
Forever?
jokes again?
No. He got in an argument with the manager about who owns the bar, and he got kicked out.
What? Wait,
Dane
Dane Cook, man. He was hot, man. Like in
Nah,
like
he
what,
was the best for,
2003,
like, 3
2000.
years,
Yeah,
right?
man. He
That's
like,
how
he
I
had
was
his
just watching
chicks. He had all the
Louis.
movies.
I was just watching Louis, the FX show, and he was like, Dane, dude, you gotta stop stealing my jokes. And Dane was like, dude, tell him you stole my joke, and I'll give you money. He's like, dude, I can't do that.
Because he was like, just go on YouTube and say I
Yeah, he's
didn't
like, get
steal
on the
your fucking
internet.
joke." Fucking Carlos Mencia has been known to steal jokes. That's funny. The Laugh Factory. Are you into comedy at all? Or comedians? No.
I mean, I saw Ari Spears once up in San Francisco.
Wow, did he do
Okay.
crazy impressions?
He did really fucking
Bill
crazy,
Cosby?
but I mean, I'm not even gonna try 'cause I'd butcher.
Look,
it,
he
but-
does Bill Cosby wrote look
Roofies.
the best.
What?
He's the best in this garage. The Cosby
Right now,
impressions.
right here.
Nephew, do Cosby impressions.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I'm just doing a roofie, right? No, right.
Jordan, Cosby impression real quick.
Oh, I gotta find the bokeh in the mon.
That's more like a
That's an
young
Australian.
BB King.
Young BB King.
Niece, Bill Cosby impression.
She's like, I don't know who Bill Cosby is.
Yes, he
She
did.
did Bill
He did
Cosby's
rape me.
victim impression. No,
Yes, he did.
don't do that.
That's fucked up, Marcus. Get the fuck out. No.
Yeah, go.
How dare
I'm not
you.
Tori. I'm not going to leave.
Wait, did Tori leave?
Tori left. I don't. We didn't do anything wrong this time. Did you
think-
see
I
anything?
think-
I saw
I
nothing.
think Francie
Okay.
called him. Is that her name? Francie or?
No. Robo.
Robo.
His
Probably.
girlfriend, his
Oh, yeah,
fiancée.
probably.
Okay.
Anyway.
your ass home now, Tori.
Yeah.
Punk ass. Our next email is from I don't know Obi Taint Able. Obi
Taintable?
Taintable.
Taintable.
Can you read that?
Obi Taintable.
Taintable. Yeah.
Obi Taintable.
And Gmail.
No, don't give out the fucking.
.org.
Oh yeah, thank you. Good save. Good save.
Thank you.
Oh, here we go. Okay, this one's for me. Mike, please don't rant in this episode. I don't know what you look like, but if I had to guess, you're 38, overweight, and you heat your hot dogs up in the oven while toasting your bread on the stove. Keep it real, bro. That is all, Chuck. Well, first of all, Chuck,
Ruthless.
your name is fucking Chuck.
Fuck Chuck.
So fuck Chuck. Fuck you.
Suck a dick, Chuck.
Yeah.
A
fucking
big one.
Chuck.
Suck.
Fucking
Nah,
no one
don't
named
suck a
Chuck
dick.
write my show ever. I'm gonna fucking put it right in the fucking trash if you write my show and your name is Chuck.
Chuck
You're
the
off the
Chode.
emailing list. Chuck the Chode.
Yeah.
Chuck-
No, Chuck sounds pretty fucking cool, man. Just gonna.
He's saying he's
Yeah.
making good points.
He is, man.
Saying I don't need to rant.
I mean,
No,
you
he's
don't,
saying you're
you don't
38
use the
and
oven.
overweight.
Saying I'm
Use a microwave.
It's true. I do heat my hot dogs up in the microwave so they like
Yeah.
split
No,
open.
you-
Oh,
I thought you used the
those are
fork and
best.
blacken the fork over the stove.
Well, sometimes I'll take the stove. Well, it's like roasting your weenies on a open flame.
Think so?
It's exactly like that. You fucking take a fork and you put it over the flame on your stove. Unless you fucking have electric fucking stove, then you just put it on those coils and let it go. And you just flip it around. It's like a fucking hot dog. The weenie in the microwave is the best because it hardens and then it splits and it turns into like a fucking just like this hard like turd looking thing. And then you fucking break your teeth eating it.
Really?
And that's like the
Never
fucking
got that far.
That's
into
why
it,
it's the
man.
best.
That's why it's
Yeah. Huh. Wait, is that go-to food?
go-to food.
Is it? Or that's
It's
like
comfy food.
It's comfy food.
what's the last thing you cooked, Jordan?
I made a breakfast burrito 2 days ago.
A whole entire damn, that's some fancy shit. What'd you put in it?
Oh, dude, fucking potatoes. I did some bacon. I sliced up a hot dog,
Damn.
actually, but I didn't cook it in no microwave. I put it on the grill. Fucking grilled that shit.
You're not better than me, Jordan.
Went out and
No.
grilled at like
No,
7 in
not
the
at all.
morning.
I just like cooking my hot dogs on the grill.
Hadouken!
Wow. Oh, and now the news with Mike Bird. Wait, hold up. I just wanted to ask Jordan real quick.
Oh.
Do you always cook at that, echelon of cooking and shit?
No, I'm just really good at
shit.
breakfast,
Echelon.
but I
Yeah.
mean, I'm decent on the grill, but I have no idea how to fucking bake.
He cooks
I'm
filet
usually-
mignon 5 out of 7 days a week. Let's just put it that way.
It's true.
Filet
No,
mignon.
no.
Right on
I'm
there for
just-
that
I'm just
breakfast
a
burrito.
dude.
With the hot dog in it?
Sleepover?
No doubt. High five. Wow. You're out the band, Mo. Coming in. That's what you
On a
get.
cigarette break.
Yeah, that's what you get, Mo.
Yeah, let's do news. Take a break.
Yeah. Breaksy and then news.
Or
Yeah.
news then break.
News and break.
Yeah, do
Yeah,
news then
I
break
think
because
they
they're
might
gonna
have
leave
to
in the middle
take off.
anyways.
Yeah.
So you can just discuss.
Well, you
what
guys
the-
can stay as long as you want, though. We're not kicking you
No,
out.
you gotta get the fuck out of here. No, just kidding.
We got games, man.
You got games?
We got games. Oh.
God games. So I thought
Pass
this
it
one.
that way.
Well, hell's no.
Now the news with Mike Bird. And now the news with Mike Bird.
Hey, baby.
Today in high society,
See you guys.
no stems, no sticks,
you guys
no
taking
sticky
off?
icky.
Are you guys out of here?
No problem. Oh,
All right.
everybody, outside ourselves. Oh yeah, you gotta get your instruments.
Outside
we'll
ourselves.
We'll do the news eventually. Trust
Thank
us.
you, guys. And now the news with Mike
Bergstein.
This one is out of the New York Times. This was yesterday, May 19th, 2015. Los Angeles lifts its minimum wage to $15 per hour.
Damn.
The nation's second largest city voted Tuesday to increase its minimum wage from $9 an hour to $15 an hour by 2020. In what? Oh, sorry, there was a comma. In what is perhaps the most significant victory so far for labor groups and their allies who are engaged in a national push to raise the minimum wage. I'm not going to read the rest of that because they just gave away everything. Anyways, I thought this was interesting, especially Los Angeles, Southern California. As much as people like to look at it as like this, like, the 60s generation, fucking free love and Beach Boys and shit. It's a really conservative part of the country. And so, mainly conservative, the conservatives are against this $15 thing, hike, they're against the raising the minimum wage, which is so strange since a lot of the conservatives are like very poor fucking people who live in like trailers and shit. So it's so weird that fucking those people are so anti fucking money. And in any case, I was just thinking, like, what do you guys thought? Do you guys think that that's something that should be nationwide? I mean, personally, I think it should be more because $15 an hour is still in a lot of these major cities. I mean, San Diego, it's a very expensive city. It's like the third or fourth expensive city in the fucking country. I mean, do you think that it should be raised here too? I mean, I think it's probably unanimous yes, but I mean,
Well, I would think you talk to nephew first because you're definitely on the battlefield of that,
Right.
working where you work at.
yeah,
so.
you're in the shit of it.
Yeah.
You both are. You both.
Yeah, yeah.
You both make.
I see both sides of it. It's like, why would you have this like 16-year-old kid working on a work permit getting $15 an hour? Like,
That's
you're
a
still
good-
in high
that's a good
school.
point.
You don't really got bills unless you're like, for whatever reason, raising your own family or like raising your brother or sister because your mom or dad's not there, or they're like piece of shit or whatever, you know? It's like, why are you giving them $15? And honestly, it's like, it's expensive. What's expected in America is for kids to go elementary, junior high, high school, college, work. But like, while you're, what am I trying to think of? While you're going to school, you also got to think that you're paying like school, but like you have to pay your debt, you got to pay books, you got to pay all this. So I mean, I see $15 being good for that, but it's also like not everyone should get that. But as they're raising the prices, they're hiring more people to work less hours.
Mm. Oh, so they're raising the wage, but they're hiring more people.
Yeah, they're going
so
to hire more people to work 2 or 3 hours a day,
Right.
but having like 15 people work 2 or 3 hours a day
Right.
a day.
So they're
Mm.
getting
So-
basically get the same what
Yeah.
they're getting, but just
You
with
might as well
less
get
hours.
paid, you might as well get paid $10 and get full time,
Right.
or like a high part time, than to do 2 or 3 hours and get more money.
I could see that. I could also see it affecting small businesses. You know, barely businesses.
Yeah,
who
I work
can-
in a franchise, so they're all worried about how much money they're spending, what
Right.
they got spending out, why they got to fix that, why they got to fix that. Like at my store, like 4 things just broke, so they have to go and they have to fucking use their own money and fix it, but yet they're still paying their investors like what they owe and shit.
Mm.
So it's like they don't want to hire new people, but they also don't want to give us like a big raise, like the $15.
Right.
Which I know it's not necessary here, but they don't. For a franchise, you can do your own whatever. You can pay them whatever you want.
Right.
You don't have to go by strict like set. You get this, you get this, you get this. So I mean, like I said, I get both ways, good, bad. But
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see how that could be a.
especially
strain.
San Diego, it's expensive. So I see why they wouldn't want to give you more money in a franchise compared to a corporate.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, $15 an hour, I think is to live in a huge city. I mean, that's still like fucking struggle. I mean, I was making do with like $10 an hour. I mean, you guys are making do with like that, right?
Yeah.
Because didn't
I'm
they
doing
raise the
10.
minimum wage, or they're about to raise the minimum wage?
It's about to go
right?
up to $9.75.
And that's how long I have.
Which is bullshit because I'm only making a quarter more than that. Like all my people under me are working that, and I'm getting paid 10 to do more work. More work than my manager. The one that's always on their phone. You know that one. From if you listen to the last podcast.
Why are you on your phone? Get off your fucking phone.
Look how that GoPro is upside down.
Ah, does that mean the whole thing is upside down?
Nah, just can you do it right side up? Not just when we came in, when it got dropped.
That motherfucker.
There
It
you
was
go.
Mo.
Give her the claps.
Give her the clap. Nephew, give her the clap. Give her chlamydia.
She might already got that.
Whoa.
Too far.
I'd like to hear from Nice on this plane here.
From my perspective, yes, definitely like $15 raise. Like living by the beach, you know. I know a lot in California. Everybody has a roommate. Personally, that's not my vibe. Like, it's just not my vibe. So, like, for me, it would be nice to be able to have enough money to have my own place and not have a roommate and not worry about, you know.
Eating PB&J every night.
Yeah, that's
Which is an excellent fucking
canned
dinner.
There's
beans
nothing
or
wrong with
something
that,
and
but to her, there's something
quesadillas.
wrong with that. So
Yeah, a little high maintenance. No. You know, I like
we're
my
talking
steak every
ramen noodles over here.
No, but you guys eat out, you know, with some
Yeah,
frequency.
definitely. Like,
But if it was just you by yourself, and okay, so like for example, in our house, if it was just you, you'd be paying $6.25 on your own wage. You guys split costs, I imagine, right? So
Yeah.
fucking that helps. Because
Yeah, definitely.
Because he can pick up slack where you can't, or
Definitely.
vice versa. But it fucking. You think about like a single young lady making whatever you make, like $8 or like $9.50 or whatever. that's barely fucking eating. And like you're
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
you're eating fucking PB&J and ramen noodles and fucking
Right.
you're not getting the right nutrients that the body's supposed to get, you know, like we're supposed to be eating fucking green vegetables and fucking like, you know, lean proteins and shit like that. And you know, a lot of times people are forced into this like what do they call the nutritional deserts? Is that what they call them? You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking
like
about?
empty calorie shit, like
Yeah,
your
like where-
ramens and
where,
your
like,
Beer.
honey buns.
Well, yeah, it's liquor and
Donuts.
Little Debbie's
Yeah, yeah.
at the corner store.
Mhm.
And that's like, you know, in the hood and shit. Like that's what kids are growing up on.
Kool-Aid.
And it's, you know, so
Yeah.
I can see from a small business perspective, it would be, it might even be detrimental. But like you're saying, which that's how, because I was thinking like, how are small businesses actually going to afford this? And you're right, they're just gonna hire more fucking people.
Especially
And
the
then-
bigger businesses. Like you're thinking of like
Mhm.
McDonald's, you're thinking of Burger King, all the corporate businesses.
Are just gonna hire
The
more.
corporate McDonald's,
Right.
the corporate Burger Kings, the corporate Taco Bell's, corporate Wings, and
But not
et
the
cetera, et cetera.
franchise.
Not the franchises are going to keep what they do and make them work as much, but pay them less.
Just so they can make that standard of
Yeah.
$15 an hour, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's a complicated situation. I mean, I guess it's not that complicated. People are starving and like fucking need to eat. And
Well, my thing is they said 2020, right? That's the year
Mhm.
that was going to raise. I mean, you got to imagine in 5 years and shit, man. Like,
It's only going to go up by like a quarter every year, if that.
yeah.
If
so
you're
it-
lucky.
Me, I think it plays to, you know, where our generation is going. Not my generation specifically, but just the way society is going. It's a very much of an entitlement society. Your fucking participation trophies, and you're a winner if you just do whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I definitely don't agree that minimum wage should be $10 an hour because or $9 an hour because no one can live off that wage no matter what part of the country you're at, whether it be San Diego, Ohio, Chicago, you know, or just
Atlanta.
just a small town out in, you know, West Virginia or something
Mhm.
like that. But I think it should definitely be paid off of merit because hard work should play in this country. That's what we're based off of. So I think maybe it should be, you know, your standard $9-10 an hour, and maybe after a year you're on that job. Maybe they should have a stipulation to that where you can make that minimum 15.
I like
Yeah.
that. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, but you know, I mean, people who are actually going to be working and trying to stick to it to get that 15. I mean, they still have to eat for a year though, you know, and they still have families and shit. So
That's true,
Yeah.
but I
Is
don't think it should be given though, because a lot of things are given. Like I said, with the new society standards, everyone gets a fucking trophy, and fucking you take a shit in your pants, we should
Well-
have a party. You graduate kindergarten, you have a fucking graduation. You graduate first grade, you have a graduation. You know what I'm saying? So I think everyone is they're awarded so easily in today's society that if you $15 an hour minimum wage, then everyone's gonna expect that shit, man, without even having to work towards that. Because me personally, shit, I had to work towards 50, like years and years of work to get to that
yeah,
number.
yeah, it takes a. It
I
takes
feel like
a-
hard work should be noticed and paid off.
No doubt.
Oh, I also that makes I see your side, but I also think that people should be able to fucking eat every night, and I think people should be able to sleep like in a shelter.
Well, I think everyone should be able to
And I
work
think-
hard too.
Oh well, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
Everyone
But-
has the skills. It's the effort that
But
they don't want to
so
put.
Yeah.
so you're saying that some people shouldn't be able to eat and have a roof over their head, because fucking they're not working hard enough. I mean, I think that's just like a human right. Should be able, like, we should not have to pay rent to live on Earth, and fucking. I mean, it's fucking to have any kind of dignity. I mean, you fucking need to fucking have at least 3 meals a day. Fucking take a shower. Fucking.
You shouldn't have to pay for water.
You shouldn't have to pay for water. That shit's fucking. You shouldn't have to pay for fucking electricity or fucking. Or internet. Shit, internet's a utility now. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, but that's the
I think-
society we live in.
Yeah.
I
I agree. I agree.
Society.
No.
Like, come
And
on.
I know. I'm thinking in a very altruistic way, but But I mean, I don't think it's that hard to think of a way to where everyone is at least afforded
Okay, well, I put it like
food
this.
and at least afforded
If
shelter.
if
and
you
at least
pay
afforded
everyone
water.
$15 an hour, how hard will they really work to get to that next standard of
Yeah.
another raise?
That's what I'm saying.
It's
like,
not going to be a hard working society.
They'll
It's going to
work
be
hard
a
enough
bunch of
until
people
the rate goes
to get
back
a
up.
job
I don't
for
know.
that $15 an
Maybe.
hour.
Yeah.
Maybe, and you know, I see your points. I do. I just think that people shouldn't have to live in squalor. And like on $10 an hour, if you happen to just be born into a city that's very expensive, San Diego, I mean, you're like my sister-in-law. She doesn't really make a whole lot of money, and she has a 2-bedroom, and it's in Southeast San Diego, which isn't the best part of the city. And she's still paying like fucking $12.50, and she's not making that much. You know, like fuck, dude. Maybe she should get something cheaper, but like where her job is, she doesn't have a car. I mean, she's fucking really, you know, she's just starting out life, so it's not like she's living in poverty because she's been at it for years and just can't seem to get it. I mean, she's just starting, so.
Well, I've
she's doing her
noticed
thing.
in like California. I mean, it might be everywhere, but just in California, that's the only place I've ever looked. But if you want to go find an apartment, most places make you, maybe not make you, but most are expecting you to make 2 to 3 times your own rent.
Yeah.
And if you're only working $10 an hour, and say you only work like, I don't know what, like 30 hours in 2 weeks,
Right.
you can't afford that because they're gonna look at you and be like, oh, you don't make 3 times the rent, or you don't
Right.
make 2.5 times the rent,
Yeah.
and they turn you down, which is what happened to me.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
2 of us we only made but probably like 2.5 times the rent, and they looked at that and they're like, no, sorry, you guys don't make enough.
Yeah, that's what sucked too.
So if
And-
they
and
raise
you-
if they raise the minimum wage to match what it would be to be an adult,
To
live fucking, whether you pay food by the week, by the 2 weeks, by the month, plus and afford an apartment, even a cheap apartment, they should. That's how I think states should manage how much they get paid, like minimum wage. They should do it based off.
So you're saying it should be
You
subjective
should be able
to each
It should be able to. No. By say by the apartment.
Mhm.
So if you have to pay $1,000 per apartment, so you gotta think of the apartment, you gotta think of how much you eat, and think about what bills you pay, and then calculate that, and whatever the average quote unquote is, that's what it should be paid. Because
That way everybody has equal opportunity
you
to get
have
housing.
equal opportunity.
Well, I think
And
it
that's why
plays
you see
then
a
if
lot
they're
of people
doing it
on
in
the
Los
street or in the
Angeles,
shelters.
$15 in Los Angeles.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're still.
That makes sense.
That makes sense for that city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I said, like, by the city, by the state, whatever, like, the better
Just
average
the cost
for
of
the
living
state,
out there, yeah.
Whatever the state is, whatever is easier for the state or the city to do, should be. That's what it should be based off the amount of a cheap apartment, food, whatever you
Right.
need for that.
That's a good point. Yeah, like, and even in Los Angeles, $15 an hour is on
It
the
really
low
ain't
side.
shit. Yeah, it really
You're
ain't
still
shit.
You're still living. I mean, you're still forced to have a roommate.
Right.
But like,
I just think it's gonna be more for the people who have an advantageous type of mentality. Like, I'm gonna take advantage of that shit more than it's gonna help somebody who really needs that money. You know.
Yeah.
And it's sad in a way, but that's how it is. I mean, look at our welfare system out there, man. Most of the people on that, I'm not saying anyone, I'm not trying to blanket everyone who's on welfare, because people definitely need it and they use it
Shit,
in
I
the
tried
right
getting welfare,
effect.
They wouldn't give it to me.
But there is a high percentage that take advantage of this shit, man.
Of course.
And they're probably going to do that with the higher minimum wage. And what are they going to do? They give Los Angeles that minimum wage. So what makes you think that they're not going to start protesting somewhere in fucking, South Carolina because
Like,
Los
we're-
Angeles
well-
got their shit?
Well, that's awesome. I think that they should.
I think they should spend more energy on fucking working
Working
on
hard and-
working hard and
Working
getting
hard
that
and getting
wage
that.
themselves, yo.
Yeah.
That's just my personal opinion.
No, I
Because
understand.
I came from shit. I
Oh,
came
I
from
know. Me too.
$7,
all of
$8
us
an hour
here
jobs,
are all
you know?
from fucking. I mean, not even middle class. You
Bottom
know.
of the barrel.
You know, we
Yeah.
all come from fucking.
I just think that the
not
cream
rich
rises to the
families
top,
and
and that's how it should be, man.
I can I totally see that.
I actually think of myself as a Kylie Jenner, so speak for yourself.
Yeah, you are a high cream consistency in the skin.
High cream.
low cream,
Low cream.
high cream with a little bit of cappuccino in there.
Got some tint to me.
Yeah. I have no cream.
There's a little bit of pigment there. Let's do games.
Games. Mike Berg with the games.
Oh, you know what? Let me do this commercial real quick.
Commercial.
By Bergstein.
This commercial is today. The podcast is brought to you by West Point Soap Company. These are half-crafted soaps, handcrafted soaps made with love and real ingredients. No palm oil was used in the soap because we promote organic and sustainable ingredients to clean and soften your skin.
Well, I want to give a big up to West Point Loma Soap
No,
Company.
West Point Soap Company.
West Point Soap Company. I actually got a sample from the owner, Raina Mystique. Big shout out. And I've been using that in my shower. She gave me like a mint coffee bar.
Yeah.
And it's excellent because I don't even have to put it like on a rag because it's like rough already on the texture.
Oh yeah.
It smells
absolutely.
excellent, and you know it came from an organic source.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're putting chemicals into your body, and it's very refreshing.
She can't technically call it organic soap
This
because
motherfucker's organic.
it's
Organic as fuck, bro.
It has to be USDA approved, and also it's made with lye, which is a chemical, but it's cold press, but it's still all organic oils and stuff. Go to rainamystique.com and click on the link to see what cleans you proper. That's Raina Mystique, REINA Mystique, MYSTIQUE.com.
It is phone approved. She sent me the link.
What's phone?
She's
Oh,
she
her
sent
To
me
to
the
do
phone.
email.
Like she sent me to
Oh,
the
the-
phone. So you have the like an app kind of.
Oh, okay.
How it opens, so it's like mobile, like a
Yeah,
mobile
yeah.
site, not an online
Oh.
site.
He's
So it
talking
works
about
really
the new
well.
site that Raina just put together.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
it's really good, like for on your mobile.
All right.
So it's
The
good.
I
soap.
know. I
the
got it
soap's-
already, man.
The soap's
So
really
when
good
you're-
for your
Our
mobile
website is
devices.
really good. Is what I'm trying to say. You
Dude.
understand me?
A website is this thing on the internet. The internet was invented by the government in the 60s.
It was.
Good
Yeah,
job.
Just to
To trade porn,
to
basically.
trade porn.
The internet is good for porn. Shouts out YouPorn and Pornhub.
X videos.
Just porn.
28 motherless.com.
Red tube.
X videos.
Motherless.com.
Lemon. What was it?
X hamster.
X hamster. Yeah. That works on the phones. That's
It does.
What is
And
it?
tablets.
Lemon
Lemon
pea?
Party,
Lemon party.
Lemon Party.
Wow, big
Which
shout
is-
out.
which is
Caleb's favorite website is meatspin.com.
Bow. Shouts out to them. They paid him $15 an hour there.
all right. Let's do games.
Games. $15 an hour. Games.
Looking for a game. Looking for a game. Check Mike Bird for a game.
Will you explain the rules for people who don't know?
Alright, so the rules is it's pretty much whoever gets closest to the price on Craigslist. We're gonna give advertisements off Craigslist. You guess a price. Whoever's the closest one wins a point.
Okay.
And you can go over. It's fine going over, just as long as you get to closest.
Who's ever the closest. to-
Whoever's the
okay.
closest. And the loser, there is no winners. Basically, there's just consequence. And it is to wear this
There's only a
fabulous Joe mask.
You have to wear it to the end of the
You
program.
gotta wear it to the end of the program, which is not too long. So
No.
we're
Wait,
playing.
Wait.
We're
So
basically
whoever has
playing-
the least amount of points has to wear it.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's me.
boom. And we already got the bids for the Outside Ourselves guy.
Yep.
So they're definitely playing. And if they lose, then we'll make them wear the Joe mask.
yes,
next time.
one of them will have to wear the
Yeah.
Joe mask their next appearance,
Yeah.
which we just which we're gonna do.
Bow.
All right. So what do we got today?
Well, you're facing it, so you should probably
Okay.
read them out.
What we got here today off of San Diego Craigslist. This is Chula Vista. It is a 2015 Coolster 110cc kids ATV new gas. Oh Jesus, this sounds fucking dangerous. Oh, it's just an ATV, but
Or
it's
do
a
they
little
mean
girl's
gas by
ATV.
like it's fire, like it's hot, like
No, no,
like
no.
you're gonna want
It's
it.
gas powered. Yeah, this.
That's that young. That's young people's
Yeah, I know.
slang.
I say this don't look hot or awesome. This is weak.
What color is it?
It looks
Pink and
pink.
white.
Pink. It looks like it's aimed for girls, but if that young fellow is fancy in his pants, he might like this as well. Or Justin Gaddis, he might like that. 2015 cool story. Oh yeah, right. Call or text me, Jose. Only 3 left and must sell this weekend. So it's all caps. It's
Seems like a dealer. He has
Yeah.
3 left,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it seems like he maybe buys them and flips them.
Let's see. This is the ATV. I'm gonna go with. I'll start. I'm gonna go with 675.
Berg with the 675. Nephew.
Pink camouflage, kids, ATV, gas powered. Only 3 left. Must sell this weekend. I'm going to go with 859.
All right.
Let's see. I want to go high, but I want to go low.
That's what she said.
Sorry.
Let's go low. 350.
I'll go 550.
So is it the furthest away gets the point? Like if you're like
No,
just
the closest to
The
it.
closest to
No
it.
matter, even if you went over or.
Yeah.
you stayed.
okay.
And then the the
so is it
outside
the top like how was there like 7 people playing?
is just the closest.
Just the
So what if we all get 0? We all got to wear the mask,
What
or
do you mean? Oh.
Oh,
No,
then
it's whoever has. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, then we'll just play like a tiebreaker game or some
Okay.
shit. Yeah.
rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah. Or rock paper scissors. That'll work. And the outside ourselves guys picked.
Jordan did $34. Sorry, guys.
Jordan $34.
And Mo went 2,300. So
And Mo up this game with
thank you,
2,300.
Mo, for saving us. Okay, and
no, that was for his rabbit. That's for the rabbit.
no, it's up here.
2,300. He went 2,300.
Oh, even for that one,
yeah,
Zim?
it must be a number that he keeps coming back to. He's like a
Drum roll
beautiful
this?
mind. Yes, please.
600.
$600.
Dang.
Okay, K had 550. I had 675. K gets.
Oh! Wow! Game! 1 point away from Joe Madden.
Jesus Christ! I'm sorry about that. That was your ears. You did not deserve that. Whatever. Yeah, the
Huge realist.
All right, I'll read this.
Not
Okay.
realistic.
You guys, Katie, why don't you read this for us?
Why me?
Just because I like the sound of your voice.
Yeah, my sick voice.
Yes, I like it.
Huge realistic double dildo jelly sex toys, adult only. It says that Moreno Valley. I sell brand new in packaging adult toys and lingerie. This listing is for a huge double-ended dildo. Serious buyers only. This listing is for adults only. I do not sell to anyone that is under 18 years old. If you look under 18, ID as proof of age will be required before purchasing. All sales are discreet. And it says that he also has many more different types of adult toys. Email me if you're interested. Also, there's some discounts. Yay! If you buy more than 2 items. Almost 14 inches long, almost 2 inches girth, and made of safe, flexible jelly. All right, it's in brand new sealed packaging.
Boom.
Thank you. That was great.
That was good.
Good job.
Vanna White.
That was amazing. All
All right,
right.
Berg.
You want me to start?
Yeah.
Double-edged dildo. Ooh, I wish Barley was here. Oh, he would be guessing too.
He'd get it right.
Damn you, Bartley. I'm gonna go with $70.
$70. Nephew?
Maybe if you had a battery.
Whoa.
What'd you say, Berg? You said 70? 70?
Yeah, just
I'm gonna go with 98.
I'm gonna go super low again.
$1, Bob.
$24.95.
$24.95. She
Ooh.
got. Is that
I
before
was gonna
tax?
go in that area.
Oh,
I'll go $40 because I have that model.
So Jordan went $55.95.
All right.
And Mo went $79.99.
Ooh, it's gonna be a close one.
Yeah, so I think everybody is feeling the heat on this one. So
Oh, did Denise get it?
yep, $24.95.
Ooh, that's close. Off a buck. I mean, off 5 cents. Wow.
So
No,
as of
it's-
right now, me and you are contestants for the Joe Max.
and outside ourselves.
Oh yeah, outside ourselves too.
All right, I'll read it off. We got
Nephew?
a 3-flavor cappuccino beverage machine outside of Oceanside. It has a very beautiful picture of coffee, 3 wonderful spouts with a coffee drippage holder.
Trey.
This awesome machine was used by our company in 2 20-minute demonstrations and works perfectly, in all caps. It can be set this machine to pour hot or iced drinks. Unfortunately, it received a small quarter-sized quote-unquote ding while in transport, so we can't use it as a company demonstration model any longer. Huge savings for you. You get the ingredients from us too. Free delivery to your local location in San Diego or Oceanside. Contact us today for additional details and to order.
Okay. So this is a cappuccino. It's a cappuccino. All of a sudden I'm Italiano. It's a cappuccino. Hey, oh.
So Berg.
It looks like a pretty nice machine. It looks like, you know, it's industrial. It looks like some like a gas station would have, you know. This is a good one. How about 1800?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I think that's on the high side. I'm just gonna.
Coffee.
Yeah?
Wait a second,
Yeah.
where's the coffee? I didn't write down their coffee one. Motherfucker.
Food.
Did I write food? World War II rabbit. Okay.
Did you write rabbit twice?
Yeah.
Oh no, those are the same things, ain't it?
No, the World War II coffee.
All right. So Jordan and Mo, they're.
Oh, no, here it is.
Oh.
So Jordan put down 203, Mo put 375 for the coffee machine.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so good.
So 203, Jordan.
And then I put 1800, which now I feel like I went too high, but you know what? I gotta stick with
That
my
sounds
fucking-
way better than I think like a low 200.
Well, it sounds better than.
But they did write the annual profit for it
Oh, that's interesting.
They were lucky-
We didn't read. Thanks a lot, Q.
because Caleb wanted me to read. This is
Yes.
awesome. This
They
is
don't need to
awesome.
know that.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen
15
Batman, but there's a scene where they say this is awesome many times.
It's a jail scene. It's a
Well,
prison scene.
So let's see. I'm going to go with 1259.
Ooh, good.
Let me
guess.
take that back. I'm sorry. Let's do 1129.
There's no going back.
Okay,
That
1259.
rule. What was
Alright.
the first one?
1259.
I don't think that matters, the profit, because it's what they put inside of the machine, not the machine itself. So
I feel like mine's a little high now.
I'm gonna go with $80.
Whoa, super low.
I've been spelling niece differently every
Me, I got
Nice.
Kate on the other one.
Oh, you did get Kate. Why are you looking at my fucking shoe here?
Looking
Because
at
you
it
calling me
too.
Kate. I'm not Kate.
Anyone got 1,500 on there?
Kathy.
No.
Oh.
Kathy.
What's it?
And does anyone have 1,500 on there?
No.
I'm going 900 then.
I feel like that's gonna be the closest.
Yeah, I do too.
And then what does Jordan and Mo have?
203 and 375.
Who has 203?
Jordan.
Jordan has 203 and Mo has
375.
375. Okay. All the tallies are in.
Whoa! Who is that?
Dang.
That's you.
12. 1599. I had the 1800.
Oh.
What's closer? Mine is closer because it's 200. Or is it? No, yours.
Mine's 250 away.
Yeah, and mine's only 200 away.
So it's you.
So it's me.
Berg with the win.
Hey, watch out, microphone. This is my show. Oh shit, who won on the dildo?
I did.
Katie. Oh, I marked it.
So what's the scores?
So Katie has one, you have one, I have one, Marcus has
0. Outside ourselves 0.
0.
All right.
Come on. Gumball.
Caleb, you want to read that one?
No, because I don't want to turn around.
All right, we got a vintage wood gumball machine, wooden base glass, nuts globe Budweiser,
Question mark?
out in Spring Valley. This is a cool rare piece. The base is like ones I've seen with a Budweiser globe. This one has a nuts globe, but it is full of Ford gumballs. It is free. Just slide it out and gum falls in your hand. See pictures for details.
Nice reading.
Okay.
Berg.
Who wants these nuts?
400.
All right.
251.
625.
Ooh. I'm gonna go 300. And outside ourselves got
For the gumball, Jordan had 145, Mo had 250.
all right.
Oh.
Price is right.
$30.
$30.
Who's got it?
Who's at the lowest one?
Yeah, who's the lowest?
51, 250, 145. Jordan.
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 Outside ourselves wins this one. So it's pretty much we can float throughout this whole thing, I think. And then Marcus and Mo has to get one maybe, right?
Yeah.
All right.
So let's just make this the last one and see if Marcus can get
Oh, yeah.
it. And if he doesn't get it, then he has to wear the Joe mask.
We'll just pit
So is
Marcus
Mo.
against Mo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We won't even have to guess this one.
You okay?
This is the tiebreaker for them because everyone got one already, right?
Right.
Yeah. I think Mo went really low on this. Oh, no, he didn't. Jordan went low because he didn't like
No,
the...
Jordan, yeah, went two.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's between them.
So it's between you and Mo from outside ourselves because you guys are zeros.
You guys are zeros.
So Nice or Mike Berg, you guys want to read off this one?
Go ahead, Katie.
German SA WW. I just messed that all up. German SA World War II poster. It's in San Diego. Authentic German. It's 30.5 inches by 24.5 inches.
Very, very basic. Very
Yep.
it's just to the point.
Straight to the point.
Very Nazi propaganda. It's definitely a fucking Nazi symbol, and then they have their little hawk Nazi symbol in the background, and it's definitely like a soldier like stepping forward and
Got some hammy thighs there.
fucking bringing tyranny with every step. He does one looks bigger than the other. Too.
Does.
Fuck that
It's like a
poster.
Goku thigh.
All right, so
Hadouken!
It's scary.
I'm gonna say $55.
$55.
We'll
Dollars.
just guess just for fun. Me, I'm gonna go with $20.
Niece?
World War II. Is it from World War II or is it like
Am-
current?
I'm-
Somebody.
It might be. It might be. It says authentic, so it might.
True.
If it says authentic, then it might be an original.
I have to go high then.
That looks, that looks really good for.
Aren't you
like,
already?
No.
I'm fucking
35.
35.
I'm
35,000?
gonna go $300.
Whoa.
Not that I hate the Nazis, but you know,
It's because you
Authentic.
hate the Nazis.
300.
because yeah.
Well, Nazi memorabilia is pretty.
Eh,
Pretty cheap.
Desirable.
Actually.
It's desirable.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's it.
and what did Mo and Jordan?
Jordan put $2. That's what he thought of that poster.
Yeah, fuck that poster.
Oh.
Nazis are people too.
And Mo is $40.
All right.
Whoa.
Caleb.
But it's between really nephew and Mo. 'Cause
You're
this
the
is-
super winner.
wow.
So does that mean that you fucking no? It doesn't. I'm not even
Wait, so
gonna say
between
what-
me and Mo, who was
between him and
closer?
Mo, who was
Yeah.
closer?
What'd Mo say? He's at $40, right?
Yeah, and you said 55.
Oh, Mo, you gotta wear the Joe mask. When you come
But
back.
today, right now, Marcus has to win.
Yeah.
Isn't there one more?
Nope.
No,
Their
because
car.
we've already got all one, and we did one more just to give you another chance.
I
Yeah.
thought we were doing the car.
Nope.
I
You were
know
you were
we
banking
did.
that?
God.
He's so sad.
Oh my goodness. So that was games.
Games. Nephew lost the
Here
games.
with Outside Ourselves, and as promised, they're going to do a performance for us. We're here with Mo and Jordan, who you've already met, and they're gonna play. I'm sorry, what was the name of the song?
Come back to us.
Nice. Please put your hands together for Outside Ourselves.
1, 2, 3, 4.
For all I know, I could be dreaming. Faceless people occupy my mind these days. I've been there, done that, but I don't know. Was I there or was I somewhere else? And glassy eyes from which I'm staring. Wood grain on the floor, delay me again. These racing thoughts may be my ending. They pick me up and place me on a different shelf. Lights, they rise. Come back to us. Come back to us. Yeah. Lights, they rise. Come back to us. Come back to us. Yeah. Human error is my fortune. This disconnection I am breathing in and out. A proclamation to my new self. I've got to relearn all those things I did so well. And it's time to focus on the context. These conversations all come to the same amount. For all I know, I could be dreaming. These whitewashed surfaces do nothing to dispel the lights. They rise. Come back to us. Come back to us. Yeah. The lights. They rise. Come back to us. Come back to us. Yeah. The lights, open your eyes. Come back to us. Come back to us. Yeah. Lights, open your eyes. Come back to us. Come back to us. Yeah. For all I know, I could be dreaming again.
All right. Thank you, guys. We're going to head back to the table for our closing arguments. And one more time, give a round of applause to Outside Ourselves. All right. We'll see you. The Concrete Project will be playing June 6th in Las Vegas at the
Bunkhouse Saloon.
June 26th in Santa Ana, California at
Copper Door.
July 25th in Ocean Beach, California at
Gallagher's.
The Dynasty Duo. No, I think we're going to have a whole band. We're playing out in August 15th in Chula Vista. And that's all we have on that right now.
Hit the bomb. Turn the bomb off.
Thank you, Flex. So I'll have more information as the time comes, but that's not until the end of summer, so that's kind of on the... well. Anyways, Skanks Roots Project, I'll be playing with them June 24th at Winston's in Ocean Beach here. July 24th. Katie is very excited.
She's excited,
She's
like-
very excited about
It's
that
my
show.
dad's birthday and he'll be here, so maybe we can take him.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
not gonna be here.
Whoa.
How
We're
late
gonna
are
be
you
at the
playing?
Del Mar Fair.
Oh, yeah.
No, his
I'm
birthday
not
is
li-
Wednesday on the 24th.
Oh, we're gonna be in Anaheim
Oh.
Until 8 o'clock. What time do you play?
not
until
until
4
probably
o'clock.
like
the game's
12.
over at 4.
What time do you play?
Oh.
Probably like 11 or 12.
Boom. We can be there.
PM.
Hootie
Oh.
can't go.
Hooty hoo.
She can stay with Bishop.
Jeez, Marcus, you really
You
don't
just
want to
don't
go.
want to go. You can stay home with her then.
You guys don't
Me
have
and Dad
to
will
feel.
go rock out.
You guys are always welcome to come to
Your
our
dad
show.
will buy my drinks. It's alright.
Whatever.
Why do you gotta
Fight,
be? Why you gotta be a snotty?
Fight. Oh, sorry. Oh.
I'm like Mayweather in the bedroom.
Oh.
Let me see. July 24th, Skanks Roots Project. I'll be playing this show for sure too. Over the Border in Chula Vista, California. Skanks Roots Project. August 8th with Ziggy Marley in Venice Beach, California. Just somewhere with Ziggy Marley in Venice Beach. I don't know where. I think it's like a little festival they're doing there. So I'm sure if you Google that fucking date and location and Ziggy Marley and Skanks Roots Project, you can also Google us. You'll find that. September 25th and 26th, Dry Diggins Festival, Skanks Roots Project. I don't know which day they're playing. I don't know if I'm not going to be playing that. I'm pretty positive I'm not going to be playing that show. But, go there. It's the Cali Roots. It's their sister festival. And they're doing it in Placerville, California. It's going to be out in the woods. It's going to be crazy, camping. Everybody's going to be going wassy. Email us at wespeakenglishgood@gmail.com. Please be nice. We've been getting a lot of negative ones lately. So if, you could be nice, that would be nice. Anyways. Also at Instagram, at We Speak English Good. I think that's everything. You got anything else you want to add to that?
Yeah. How about Outside Ourselves?
Oh yeah, Outside Ourselves are gonna be at Chevelle's on the June 30th and 31st, and that is in North Carolina somewhere. I'm sorry.
No, they said that was this month.
Or in May.
Mm-hmm. They said they leave on Sunday.
Yeah, because they leave this Sunday. And you can catch them on Facebook at Outside Ourselves.
Yeah.
So just search them on Facebook. They'll pop right up.
Yeah. Out of San Diego, California. That was for all our Tokyo listeners. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you for listening, guys.
Hit the bomb. Turn the bomb off.
Thank you, Flex.
Thank you, Flex. Well, kiddies, it's that time again. Thank you for sitting through that. Take care of your fellow man. Make sure you cup their balls properly. Masturbate daily.
Soul Committee.
Yeah, fuck you, Soul Committee, the wedding band. Not the artist collective that me and fucking Outsider Self are starting.
When you lose, nothing but a joke.
Very good.